4G out. When you see me, I'm getting dope. On 4G out. On 4G out. On 4G out.
4G Audio Podcast. Nah. Alright, friends don't let friends push Mongo, and that is a fucking fact. That is rule number 1 of the skateboard fucking code, man, I'm telling you. Any motherfucking way, I'm Stylez the Prophet.
I'm B-Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos, this is the 4G Audio Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And tonight, special episode. You know, you guys are probably like wondering
It's got to be special.
why.
B-Show's wearing sunglasses.
Oh my god, yeah, I totally forgot. Man, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
230 episodes.
I was going to bring it up, but I didn't. But thank you, Jonesy. 230 episodes, and he finally fucking puts on a pair of sunglasses. If you can find an episode where he has sunglasses on,
Yeah.
please clip it and send it to us. Because there might be, you never know, he might put a pair of sunglasses on the episode.
You never know. Might have happened. I don't know, though.
You never know. You have to go and watch them all, though. Terminator, we're looking at you.
No better time.
But tonight, special episode. So
Yes, sir.
we normally have musicians and fucking rappers and maniacs on this motherfucker.
To say the least.
And you know what, man? I'm pretty sure that it's been a long time coming. I've been trying to get people to come on that do this plank boarding shit. And tonight we have a friend and plankboard affiliate, Levign, in the building, baby.
I do ride those rollerboards.
Rollerboards.
Those planks with the fucking wheels there.
Shit,
I
man.
can't stay off them for some reason.
Actually, we were at the park today. I was watching them do some crazy stuff.
A couple ollies, couple like kick turns and stuff. Like just
Get some good
professional level
videos?
maneuvers, you know.
I actually got a clip
got
that I
one. I
sent
got
to
a
the
clip.
4G thing
Yeah.
that we could play, but I also got you have some YouTube stuff that you could send them towards.
I do.
How can they find that?
I think it's under the basement, but if you just type in Mount Levign the basement, it'll come up.
Boom, and
Yeah.
my brother
Filmed by your
filmed
brother.
some
Most
or
of it,
most
yeah,
of it,
but-
which is pretty just factual, I guess.
He's fucking amazing, man. Honestly.
He is good at what he does, for sure.
It's weird because, like, as skateboarders, like, if we go to the park or something, and you know, like tonight, for example, I got something, and I'm like looking for somebody that's kind of like sitting down and chilling, because you don't want to bug somebody else to film, because they're all there for the same reason, to practice their own shit, right? So it's like, okay, homie's sitting down, he's like, yeah, I'll film, and I'm like, I'll try and make it quick. I got a first try on film, which is usually rare, and it kind of like it feels good in the sense because you're like, hey, now I'm not bugging him.
Yeah,
It's not even necessarily that you got the trick, like you're stoked on the fact that you got the trick, but you're stoked on the fact that, like, hey, I don't have to bug him anymore, he can keep skating. Like, it's weird like that. But with your bro, I'm so used to saying, like, man, I'm sorry, like 2 more tries, and he's like, if you keep fucking saying that, man, I'm packing the camera up. Like, this is why I'm here, because he like makes like he makes it like an art of his own. Like, he tries this way, that way, and I don't know, it's just it's hard to explain, but it's just very like fluent, you know what I mean? Like,
So you feel like there's no pressure.
Yeah, and
Or
we'll
like-
go out, and like we went out and skated for like 2.5 hours at one spot, and I didn't get the trick, and I'm like, I'm fucking sorry, man, I wasted your time. And he's like, no, man, I got some B-roll if anything else. And I'm like, man, that's a cool way to look at it. Like, so
would you go out and try a trick so many times and just not do it and then go home, or would you go try a different trick somewhere else?
So it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, usually I have like my go-to stuff, but me and Drizzy were talking, your brother, and like the part that I want to put out, which is taking longer than I anticipated, but I want to do stuff that I personally haven't really fucked with. So it's kind of hard because it's like I could go there and do like a front blunt on the
Okay, wait
on
a
the
second,
ledge,
wait a
like
second. Let's go back to this first try trick. Was that the clip that you fucking showed me?
The front Smith to Manny, yeah, on the needle
Okay,
threader
I
box,
just had
yeah,
to
yeah.
wait. I just had to bring us back to that for a second because it clicked in my head. I'm like, wait, he showed me a clip earlier. He's telling me that was first try. It was on
film. I took a few beforehand, obviously.
Yeah, okay, but still, sorry,
but like,
and I don't mean to derail that, but it just clicked in my head, and I was like, wait, we have to understand this.
Like, everybody sits at this spot at legs because it's kind of like a ledge and then a ledge below it, but it's all kind of interconnected. So everybody just chills there because it's like a 2-step kind of like where you were standing.
Yeah.
it's you know it's convenient to sit there, and you're kind of in the middle of both sides. You can see homies skating at the low side and the high side, right? And I don't know what it was in my head. I'm just like, I just want to fucking skate this. Nobody ever does, and I'm like, why not? So I did like 50 to Manny, and I was like, oh, this isn't actually too bad. Then I did 50 to nose Manny, which is kind of hard because you kind of have to like needle thread through, and like you're dropping down and still trying to maintain like pressure, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I just want to do a dipped Smith and then lift up to a Manny, because I feel like doing the two opposite kind of like weight distribution would just look good. Like even somebody that doesn't skate would be like, oh, that was cool, because it's like down and up.
Yeah,
They don't know the name of the fucking trick. Like skateboarding has the stupidest tricks, like the stupidest name tricks. Like what the fuck's a Benihana?
Yeah.
And Madonna is a trick. Like no, she's a singer. You know, like a dog piss is a fucking trick.
Yeah,
Not saying I can do it, and I definitely don't own a dog, but
I've never heard of that.
I don't know. We're weird like that. Like I don't know. It's so.
Well, like
It's
me
hard to
and
find
Jesse-
stuff that
Me and Jesse were talking out west, and like my buddy Bully was with us, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, man. Because we were like, oh, tray flip, like oh, like this, and like oh, whatever. He's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man.
It's weird because it's like once you get into it, you know, you can kind of like figure it out. Like, but even like myself, like explaining it, like I've kind of tried to teach some of my friends or people that are just getting into it, and like. You approach a ledge with your toes facing the ledge, and that's front side, like 50-50, 5-0, board, whatever. But then the moment that you do a 180 and turn that way, it's now backside.
Yeah, it's like counterintuitive.
And I'm the first
now
to
backside?
say and admit that it doesn't make sense
That's
that way.
but that's like the nose grind thing too. Your 180 is actually
yeah,
like a nose grind.
and I don't know.
Because it's your front chuck, but technically it's your back chuck because you're doing
That's a
if you
whole
took a picture
thing,
of someone
man.
doing a fucking 180 nose grind and a picture of someone doing a 5-0, it's the same fucking trick.
See, I say 180-5-0.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
Or I'll say 180 switch 5-0 is what I used to say. But the only reason I say that is because like, if I was to just go up and do switch 5-0, it would be essentially the same position, the same grind, the same. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's like I get why they're saying it, but like. To me, it doesn't make sense. Like I think about it in like a very technical aspect. Like, you know, if I'm gonna do like half cab, which is fakie 180, half cab to 5-0, you would say it that way. But the moment that it's nollie, people wanna they'll say nollie front side 180 when it's the same. I don't know. It's a whole other thing, man. I'm talking foreign language here. I know it doesn't make sense.
So
but
like,
I've
for
argued
anyone,
with,
I guess
well, not
like,
argued,
just for
but
like anyone that I guess has no idea, or because there probably is a lot of
thank you.
people.
well, they probably already flipped it
So,
off. 'Cause they're
right.
like, this is gibberish. I don't know what this fucking guy's talking about.
And maybe I'm mistaken because I've used to skateboard like way back in my high school days. Like I never like got great at it, but
Should have brought my fingerboard. Shit. Anyway,
so let's say like fakie, right? Like to me,
Yeah.
my understanding, that's like you're essentially going backwards,
It's switch nollie is how I
Yeah.
say it.
right? But
Like,
what is
if I
switch
explain
nollie,
it to
right?
people,
Like
yeah.
so, like if your
Switch
regular
nollie.
stance on a skateboard is with your left foot forward,
You'd be regular, yeah.
right? So if
Fake,
you're
you'd be
going
right foot forward on the nose.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, your right foot forward on the nose. So then, but then you're popping off the nose.
right,
Yeah, but it still feels like
It's-
you're popping regular,
Yeah, you're
sort of
still-
speak. That's why I think that's kind of where the derivative is from, is that you're faking your regular stance. Like, you're still doing a fakie kickflip, the same motion, the same flick, within reason,
Fakie,
that
yeah.
you would do regular, but you're popping off the nose. And
So then the difference,
but you would
between
think it's
fakie
easier,
and nollie. Then so nollie would like
is just regular stance straight off the nose, which is basically like doing a switch kickflip. Like I skate a lot of switch, like the other way. It'd be like swinging a baseball bat the other way,
Yeah.
or swinging a hockey stick the other way, or whatever, right? Like writing with your other hand. And I've always like kind of not prided on it, but made it like a thing of mine to, like when I run onto the board with when I go switch, I use the other hand. I don't push Mongo.
No
I don't
Mongo
like
around
it's
here.
acceptable when you're switch. That's fine because like it is hard, but like I've literally like taken the
There you go.
time to learn to
No.
do all these stupid little switch things to make it look regular. And I've had people sometimes say, and I'm not obviously tooting my own, but I'll do something and they're just like, "Wait a minute, aren't you goofy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Wait, that was switch?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Like,
And I'm like,
switch,
I'm
kickflip,
red in the
back tail.
face, like, you know, it's you know, they're trying to be nice and compliment, but I'm just like, I don't know, fucking whatever, right? And they've told me, they're like, even the way you push up to the ledge or a rail or whatever, they're like, I honestly thought it was regular.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's like, I want to kind of be this like all-terrain. I don't want to say all-terrain vehicle, but it's nice to, like, you know, when you do a 180 and now you're landing switch, but then you take that casual switch push away and then flip the board up and grab it like as if it was regular. People are like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, which
and
way
it
does he
kind of
skate?
like gets
Yeah,
them
yeah.
thinking, right? And I don't know. That all came from Paul Rodriguez.
Oh yeah,
Um,
shit! Shout out P-Rod.
Primitive, hell
Primitive,
yeah.
baby. Gang.
Because he, like, his parts back in the day, I'd watch it and I'm like, wait, and I'd rewind and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, shit that you used to download off LimeWire.
Yeah.
And, like, Kazaa and all this shit, right?
Shout
Try
out
for like
LimeWire.
5 hours to get a fucking video, finds out that it's Linkin Park executive in the end, and you're like, fuck, this is a virus, man, fuck. I don't know,
But I
it's
mean-
just, yeah, it's just one of those things that, like, I like to...
But-
I like to do it that way because I think it's cool. Like,
you've
the clip
obviously
I posted the other day was like a 5.0 and a 50 shove. It's not really a remarkable trick, but the fact that it's switch, I've never seen anybody skate switch. I'm not tooting my own saying,
Yeah.
oh, it's the greatest, like, but I just think it's interesting to sometimes make it a simple trick, but the fact that you're doing it switch, only a skateboarder would really know that, like, damn, that's a weird way to approach that, or like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to, you know, I don't
Well,
know.
That's
It's
one of the big things I like about skateboarding too. Is like everyone looks at it differently. Like you guys are all
Yeah.
doing the fucking your session on that hip.
on that hip, yeah.
And
yeah.
the one guy, like, he's looking at the thing next to it, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
fucking
yeah. He was
going
like
right up
wall
with it.
riding
Like,
up to like feeble stall.
yeah, and like, so I'm like, I like that because, like, you know, you see everyone looking at this, and it's like, oh, like people are, they want to do board slides across the whole fucking
Yeah.
ledge or whatever, right? I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, I like that because everyone looks at it a different way, or like, or approaches it a different way, even, you know, like, because some of them are even just going across, going into the bowl, and then coming
Yeah.
back the other way, you know.
I think that's the reason why I gravitated towards it when I was young, because I wasn't poor per se, but we didn't come from like a shitload of money, and like, I don't know, I didn't really like hockey and stuff is cool, and I love like all the, you know, that kind of sports, and you know, I like sports, but I mean, I just fucking putting your kid in hockey, even back then, was the pads, this,
Expensive.
traveling
Oh,
here,
yeah.
5 a.m. fucking whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I when I first got on a board, I kind of just fell in love with it, and shout out to my cousin Robbie Moss that rented Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 from fucking Basement Video or whatever the fuck, and I started riding this little like penny board type thing that was fiberglass, and I just kind of fell in love with it because there were no rules. Like, there's certainly etiquette,
Yeah.
like how you said at the beginning of the show, friends don't let friends push Mongo.
Yeah.
It's a loud switch, but like,
It's a loud switch now.
there's no rules per se. There's stuff that even, you know, some of us look at it and we're like, that's kind of, but whatever. That's an expression of that person. That's how they
Yeah.
want to skate. Nobody can tell them that that's wrong. If
For
that's
sure.
what they want to do, that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Unless
Whereas
they
organized
push
sports
it
is a bit more like, no, you're within the boundary. You have to be outside this line or whatever. So I
That's-
kind of like
that's
that.
what they
And,
told
and you're
Rodney
never
Mullen.
done.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, fucking created every goddamn skate trick there is.
What's
Do
that?
I said that's what they told Rodney Mullen, right? Like, it's like, you can't skate like that. That's not what
Growing
this is
up,
made
man,
for.
when I first got into it, I wanted a Rodney Mullen fucking Enjoy board so bad. And Pembroke at the time, I don't think SXS had the fucking board, so me and my mom ordered it offline.
Oh,
It
so
was like
yes.
$110 like back then, which is
So that's
probably
right.
like
So you're from
160.
Pembroke. So holy
But-
shit, SXS too. That's
That was my first sponsor. I handed in my
Thanks for
my
that.
sponsor me tape is on VHS.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah, that's how fucking old I am.
how'd you edit it then?
My buddy Steve Robinson had this kind of like, fuck, I'm trying to remember, this so long ago. You would pull the footage off of a Handycam DV tapes, like the mini VHS,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and then you would like play it and record it onto one tape, all this shit that you wanted to use. I'm trying to think, man, it's so long ago. And then you'd have another tape right beside it to put in order.
Oh yeah.
And then
yeah.
you'd put, I think, a cassette in at the same time. So once you got all your shit in order, then you'd put a cassette in and just play the song. Or wait, yeah, I think, yeah, you'd play the song while you're playing all your organized footage. and it would record. Like, you remember on cassettes we used to be able to like hit play and record at the same time?
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. I mean, like, this
That's
is fucking
crazy.
And yeah, I remember editing my part, and oh fuck, like I still have the VHS, but it's just like nowadays, man, kids, it's like all this shit's on the phone. It's so fucking like it's too easy. You don't need any equipment really, and I'm not used to that. Like, I still edit my shit with my MacBook. I'll record it on the phone, transfer it to the MacBook so I can put it in Final Cut and just like touch a thing or two,
Yeah.
and then send it back.
It's probably better editing though.
It's just easier. Like, I can't do
pretty
this like trying to
streamlined
pinch
between-
with the fucking like
more screen,
trim a
more-
clip. I got these hooves that I
hand
can't
movement.
fucking
Got
Yeah.
these two.
Yeah.
you know, like, and I'm just
Yeah.
not used
But
to
yo,
it,
you
man.
know what
I
though,
like
man?
a tangible keyboard, and yeah.
I'm
For
pretty
sure.
sure somewhere me and my brother have a video or two of you skateboarding way back in the day though, like in Pembroke.
Fuck, I have
'Cause
an
I
entire
remember-
like.
I remember we all knew who you were, like, because you were like you were always at the park and you were fucking fire. I remember. Are you a varial heel flip or varial kick flip guy?
Neither.
Neither.
No.
You were doing one of them one day. I swear to God. I think I have a video of specifically that.
I can only do varial heel switch for some reason.
Crazy, really?
Which is another like, that's the thing too. It's
You're
kind of like
goofy too, eh?
yeah. So like there's some tricks that I switch varial heels easier than regular for me. I can't even do them regular. Nollie
What?
laser flip is easier. I know I'm talking fucking
Nollie
magic, which
laser
I apologize, boys, but
I
like
like.
it just
kinda
once
know.
you kind of figure out that switch aspect, you kind of train your muscles to open doors for other.
Yeah, right.
Where, as before, if you're just sticking to one stance, regular and fakie, like he was saying, you're very limited. Because even if you land a 180, then you know you're kind of getting this like wobbly.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, like switch varial heels way easier. Switch back heel for me is way easier.
When you say opening doors, it reminds me of Ronnie Mullen says he was in like a some kind of documentary or something.
Yeah, I
it's
saw
probably
it.
about himself, but
Yeah.
he was talking about how like he would do tricks and he would see that like the ending of one trick
Yeah.
was the same as the beginning of the next trick, so he would link them together because it was the same body movement and everything. But so it's almost the same. Just whenever you said that, opening up doors, you know, like oh shit, yeah, because like you figure out doing certain things that you can do other things.
Like when I started watching him, he was in my opinion like the man, because it was like linking tricks together. I didn't watch him in his freestyle like handstand kind of days, which because I was
Yeah.
already kind of phasing out. Vert wasn't really cool anymore. Like half pipes was kind of not cool. And when I started skating, it wasn't cool to skate.
No,
Like it wasn't like the game just came out, so it was like kinda like, but it wasn't a fashion statement like it is today.
yeah.
It wasn't this like kind of persona that you could put on for yourself, but you still wanted to do it, and you still wanted to idolize the people. Like I idolized Rodney Mullen. I think my first email was like Rodney Mullen kicks at MSN or something.
Yeah.
It was he was the fucking man, right?
Yeah.
Like, and like you said, it's like he would figure out these ways to make tricks that I didn't even fucking think were possible just happen, and then kind of makes your mind think like, well, maybe I can do something like that. That it's not for anybody else. You're only doing it for yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
it's great whenever the homies are like, yo, fuck, that was sick or whatever. But ultimately, you're doing it because you're having this battle in your head where you're like, I need to prove to myself that I can, and I'm gonna overcome this. And fear is a lot of it too. Like, I don't jumping
Man,
down
they're the
shit's
only
fucking
ones-
no
scary,
better
man.
feeling than like when you conquer a trick, man.
Yeah.
Like I
It'd be a good
skateboarded a
feeling.
lot, like specific rails, like 50-50 a rail,
Yeah.
and like once you finally get it and you stick it, you're like fucking right. And like yeah, man, like it's just like that.
It's almost like a euphoric
That's
feeling,
a
but it's
reward.
not.
Well,
But like,
no one else benefits from it. It's not like a team sport where it's
No.
like, yeah, like you scored all the goals this time. It's like,
Right.
no, like I
Right?
just landed all the tricks for me, you
Yeah,
know? Like,
individual.
like it's
sport
great
for
getting
sure.
praise from the homies and stuff like
Of
that.
course.
Oh, that was sick and whatever, right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's Stylez got the trick, so now we're done. Like there's no end. There's no like
But
like
it's
you
like
said,
a
like,
self
you know,
progression, right? Like that's the
Absolutely.
thing, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
about like And it's a pretty prime example of like, and this is what I think most people should do with all their life, and like instead of comparing themselves to other people, right? Like compare yourself to yourself.
Yeah.
And like every new trick you learn is like a new tool in your belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And the graph is
you know,
still
and every
going
one you
up,
get
right?
is just a little better, and you can progress and see yourself getting better at something, right?
Yeah.
Instead of being like looking at someone else and being like, oh, they fucking make this trick look so easy or do this thing, right?
Yeah.
But you know,
I do find that happens sometimes where people, they do something and you're like, fuck, man, like, you know, it's not that you're jealous, but like you can't help but be a little bit jealous by human nature naturally.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I wish I could fucking
That's
do it
the
like that.
instinct, you know. It's how what you do with that feeling. You
But
be
it's not
jealous or
like-
fucking.
It's not like, oh, he's trying this crooked grind, so I'm gonna go up and fucking show him how to do it. We don't do it like that.
Right.
A lot of times it's like, shit, I was gonna try that, and then you don't try the trick because
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to get it before the guy. It's weird.
yeah,
like,
yeah, I know.
Right.
it's not that you like you still want to land it for yourself, but if homie's trying it and like maybe that's the first time he's ever tried this front shove over this whatever, you don't want to do it and like get it first try or second try, and
But
then
maybe like
and
don't you think though that
give
like
them a
because I
bad
know exactly
impression.
what you're saying, but don't you think like maybe like doing that would give that person be like, yo, like it almost like fucking ignites something, right? Like you see someone else do it, you're like fucking
not- I
like
don't
you
know.
get that like 'cause I remember snowboarding the same thing, right? Like
Absolutely.
there's something like again you see someone do something crazy, you're like, oh, I fucking
Wanna
and it
do
just like amps you up to like
Yeah.
at least try something, right? So like
I think a lot of times like what we do is like, at least nowadays from what I find, back then there used to be a bit more of a like, I remember asking my buddy like, oh, do you care if I try this? Because you know buddy just did switch flip over the stairs or whatever, and you're like, man, do you care if I try this?
it sounds
Because
like
you don't
it's
want to
like a-
offend
that's like
them,
a weird
but you
etiquette.
still want to get it for yourself to prove to
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
right? Like, or
right.
there's no other obstacle that you can prove to yourself. Like skateboarding's a lot about like start small, go up, go up, go up. You don't just jump down the double four your first fucking week at Legacy. You're gonna pass away. Like, you're gonna fucking die, man, right? Like so. But also,
which,
it's kind of
by the
like
way,
an etiquette
I
thing.
sat on that double four set and talked to PJ Ladd. Look around,
Really?
so,
Fuck, technician,
yeah, technician.
unbelievable.
Yeah, good dude
But-
too. He seemed like a good dude. He
he's
also
pretty
seemed
modest,
like he
dude.
was like not really like having the crowd shit.
No, he doesn't
So I
like
feel
that
like
shit
he
at
was
all.
like cool to sit and chill with me and shit. Like,
But
but anyway, sorry, man.
yeah, I don't know. It's just like self-progression thing that you don't want to offend somebody else by doing it, but you still kind of want to do it. So sometimes, like you know,
Do it at
you
home
can
by
say like,
yourself.
"Oh, I'll try that with you."
Yeah, yeah.
But still,
yeah.
if they were trying it first and they took like 10 attempts and not getting it, and then you try it and you get it like second try,
Then
you
you're
still
like,
asked and kind of said like, "Can I try it with you?" But you're not like
hard flip
you're not as
contest.
stoked because you're kind of like, "Fuck, I wanted him to get it too."
yeah.
You want it to be this community involvement where everybody gets something, everybody walks away with their own self progression.
Right.
It's not like every time we go to Legacy we want to put on a fucking demo.
Yeah, and be the best person out there.
No, none of us want to be the best skater there. None of us want to be like the top dog. None of us want to be better than somebody else. To be good is fucking great, of course, but it's not about that.
Yeah.
You know what I
But I'm
mean?
sure you still get the fucking assholes too.
Yeah, you will anywhere you go. The local heroes.
Yeah, local
Yeah,
heroes.
yeah.
You go to
Heroes,
some
but
parks,
They probably
like-
don't end up in the crowd, like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't really like that shit that
It's
much.
just
Like,
outsider shit. Too,
I went to
though.
Montreal with my buddy. Shout out Matt Dupuis, Nimrod. I went to Montreal with him, and like he was in Transworld magazine. Like he's fucking good,
Yeah.
and he's from around this area. Well, actually more Pembroke, Quebec side, but and he took me to, I can't
Fort
remember the
Clark.
name of the park, but it's under a bridge, and like he just starts fucking ripping like trick, and I'm not used to that. I'm not used to this like controlled chaos where everybody's like really trying to put out their best shit, and maybe they weren't, maybe they were just that fucking good, but I'm kind of just like, I'll wait and take my own turn, and I don't want somebody coming behind me. I don't want this like competition, like, you know, mayhem kind of feeling. I just like to chill. Everybody gets something.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a turn.
That's
it's
what'll
not
bring
about,
out the
like,
best
oh-
in everyone, anyways, right?
Yeah,
An
exactly.
environment like that, for sure.
That's why Legacy's good. Like I said, man. I mean, it's close to work for me, so it's convenient to go there after. But the vibe there is good. Everybody gets a fucking try. Whether you're doing an ollie, a 50-50, switch hard flip down the stairs, everybody gets the same praise.
Yeah.
Legacy, is that the one in Canada?
Center Point Theater.
Oh right, yeah,
Near,
okay, that's near the like the library.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But yeah, just that vibe in general is like, we all remember what it was like to do a 180 off stairs for the first time, even if the stairs are like this fucking high.
Yeah.
You could still say it was a 3.
Yeah.
Even if it was this tall or whatever, right? We all remember that, and I like that about that park specifically, because everybody's pushing everybody else to be the best that they can be without, pushing it too far or trying to do something that they know they, can't do or whatever. But it's just like everybody wants everybody to walk away with something.
Did you ever do those like I say competitions? It's not really competition, but it was just like fun. Like you get a bunch of people and like you stack up the boards.
Yeah.
And, like you go, you just like, and then everyone has a turn and you go until.
Yeah.
Fuck, we used
How
to
many
do that at
boards were you all in,
competitions.
man?
I could get over like
high
4 or
jump.
5, I think,
Yeah.
maybe.
More or less,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Stacking decks, and you'd put them like one way, and just keep going like this, so that
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
would
That's
sort of
awesome.
stay level, so to speak.
Right.
But
Fuck, man, I saw a thing where the guy
Fuck.
did 10. It was on a
10
411.
oh, that was Danny Wainwright.
Yeah,
It was
I
record
think so,
record
yeah.
ollie or something like that, 8 or
Yeah.
10 decks or something.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Insane.
What's your record?
Yeah, what can you do?
I know I've switch ollied 5. 'Cause there's a photo of it somewhere.
Holy shit, bro, that's insane. I don't even
I
think I
think
could jump
7
over
maybe
5.
is like the top at most. I'll say 6 just to be conservative, but
Yeah.
I know for a fact I've switched ollied 5 because I have a
Holy
photo
fuck.
of it somewhere. It was at some competition in Petawawa.
That's insane, man. That's over.
Could I do it now?
Yeah.
5
Couple
penny
tries.
boards maybe. You know?
Yeah.
But you think 5 decks? It's not like, let's say that like back then they were 8-inch wide boards,
It's not
At
5
most.
times 8.
but it's exactly because
Yeah.
they're interlocked.
Yeah,
So it's like
interlocked,
5
yeah.
times.
It would just be
Like
like
5
it would be,
or-
it would be the
it's
same,
not quite
just minus half of a board.
I don't even think it would be half though. I think
I think it'd be a bit more than half because they're sitting on the trucks.
Yeah, on each one.
Well, yeah, but
Like
so
5
you
and 5/8.
You go.
So it's almost like each
It's because they're gonna be the same
one
distance
stacks
apart.
up on each side, right? Like
Yeah, but they like interlock. Like the trucks, let's say,
right,
are
but
on like
there's
this
only
side.
like
You put it the other way.
right? An inch between.
So it's not completely down the middle
Google
because
it.
it's still sitting on the truck.
Google it.
I'd say it's probably like, I don't know. We'll say
Google
5.
it.
We'll say 5-inch just to be.
Google it. Let's get a
I'd
bunch
say
of boards
5
and measure
inch,
it,
too.
man.
Fuck, let's
I got
do
a
the ollie
skateboard kicking
competition.
around.
Go start
somewhere.
knocking on doors, man.
Yeah.
You got a skateboard.
You got a board? I can borrow.
We
I
need
just wanna
2
see
more,
what ollie
man.
is.
We need 2 more. I got a tech deck. Doesn't work like that. So you ever compete in the contests and shit like that?
I did back in the day quite a lot. Like when I first got on with SXS, I think I was 14. I think. It was like a dream. Like
Yeah. They had a fucking.
even though it was like small town, like 14,000 people, but that was what me and my friend Matt Casey, we just aspired to do. It wasn't that once we got on the team, it was over. We just kept going, and me and him were always in the competitions. The ones in Pembroke, we went to Shawville for one, I think. Petawawa used to have them.
Shawville skate
And we
park.
definitely got a lot of first and seconds, but I never liked it. Like even winning, like obviously it's great, and I don't know how many I've won or whatever, but I just didn't like the format back then. It's just like, okay, everybody go at once.
Oh yeah.
And there's like fucking 10 dudes, and you're trying to
like a circus.
grind this thing when there's 5 other people, and you're about to hit the rail, and fucking somebody's right behind you. I don't like
Yeah.
that fucking jam mayhem kind of, but that's the way it was back then. There was no street league where it's this like ESPN style. They have the statistics on the bottom and
Yeah,
shit. Like I
yeah.
showed
What
that
do
to
you
my
think of
dad,
that,
and he was
man?
just like, "This is fucking like, is this TSN?" And I'm like, "No, this is actually its own fucking thing." And there was no, obviously, like skateboarding wasn't even close to being in the Olympics. Skateboarding was a crime.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
thug felons, fucking.
But that's it. What do you think of that too? Like the street league and shit. Like actually, I was watching it the other day.
I actually fucking love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it first came out, I had never seen skateboarding portrayed in that way.
Yeah.
It was always like Tampa Am,
yeah.
jam sesh. Even if Tampa had like 2 people going at the same time, it's still kind of like this controlled kind of chaos thing, which is still fucking dope. Like it's sick, but I never saw it in a format where it's like, no, one person goes, they get 45 seconds. The tricks are scored out of 10 based on
Games,
how
though.
well you. But it's still,
Street
yeah,
Wars too.
it was on its way, but it's still,
like-
Street League was like the one that was like, no, only one person is fucking
Yeah.
going. We don't care how long it takes. You know, we'll make it short and we'll tighten everything up, but still, it's not this. A judge has to watch 5 people and somehow
that
give
too,
it.
you know, watching all
Like,
those people at once. How do you even judge that? Yeah.
I've seen it a million times where the judge is like, you know, kind of scoring weird. And I'm like, man, this kid should have fucking won. He
Just
tray flipped
wait
over
for
the
one
stairs, and they're
person
like,
to
I didn't
catch
even see
their
that.
eye.
And I'm like, what the fuck? But
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I like the Street League for that because it's like this structured kind of, like I said, it's like ESPN. You'll see like the people's scores at the bottom, and like you
Yeah.
know, text is scrolling at the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck? This is so weird. Like,
Yeah.
that's like something you'd see. You know, you're watching fucking
On the
darts
on
or
TV.
you know, kind of.
Oh yeah, bowling.
Or, yeah,
fucking
even
whatever,
something like that where it's
curling,
still
yeah.
inside an arena.
Yeah.
It's not baseball, obviously, but like you know, they still have statistics at the
The ticker,
bottom and the
yeah.
game that's coming up next. It's just whatever. I don't know. It was just this weird kind of feeling, but I like it. I think it's cool. And even the past couple of competitions that Colony hosted in Pembroke, they did it like that. If they had too many people that signed up, like let's say they had 20 dudes that signed up for the men's whatever, they would do 2 at a time, just to kind of you know speed it
Yeah.
along because you have to do kids, men, women, and then adults.
Drums.
And so yeah, you do 2 at a time, but at least 2 at a time. There's 5 judges. They should be able to fucking pick up the 2 is like,
Yeah.
and even that was better. It's just yeah, I don't know. I don't like the competition. Like the best competition that I skated in the past couple of years at the Pembroke Park, I wasn't allowed to win. I shouldn't say allowed, but like I just got on the team, so it'd be kind of, you know, oh, this guy just got on the team, then all of a sudden he wins, right?
Nah.
So
what the fuck?
not saying I
Sounds
was
like
going
rookie
to
of the
win,
year to
but
me.
just saying like in general that bias. And he's like,
I'm gonna say
just
something
still
about me.
he's like
Yeah.
still just put a run out so that way we can say like, oh, our new team rider is gonna put a fun run out, and that was the best fucking run I ever did.
Yeah.
But it's because it was
No pressure.
no pressure, no
worries.
problem. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've been to competitions and like my mom would come out to all of them. Like she's fucking awesome, and
Yeah.
she'd be like, "You did every fucking trick when you're just skating with the boys. The moment that they say, okay, timer starts and it's you've not fuck it up, but like
It's not like
you get nervous
Yeah.
and you kind of
Yeah.
get screwed up." And I'm like, I don't know why. I just was skating with these guys. We're all friends. Like I'm not. And she's like, you put it in your own head. I
Yeah.
don't like that. Like I don't like the. Oh, you got to land everything. You got 50 seconds. I don't
Yeah.
like that. I'd rather just kind of just jam and chill with the
Yeah,
homies.
just
Yeah.
film it and
And
enter
I
it
like
at the
making
end.
video parts way more.
yeah. Makes sense though, because also too you can like, you know,
Like I can
You can
showcase a lot more
pick-
out of a video part.
you know, you show
Absolutely.
how they see it, or like you choose how they see it
yeah.
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of it for sure.
Like that 2016 part that me and Drizzy did. What the fuck was it even called? Something from Call of Duty World at War. For some reason, every video that I put out on my YouTube page, whether it's like a montage of all the homies or me or whatever, it's always something picked from Call of Duty World at War. I don't know why I started this.
Like what is?
Like I think the first video that I put out was called Deep Impact.
Oh, the
And I'm
names
not
of
really a
them.
gamer guy. Like I don't really
Yeah.
I don't even think I turned my PlayStation on in fucking weeks. But for some reason, when I first started making videos and like put them on YouTube, I took references from Call of Duty. Had to be World at War. I don't know why. Deep
Yeah.
Impact was like your bullet would like penetrate through walls harder or something like that. Greased bearings, I think, was like your turret would reload faster. I don't know why I
Greased
stuck with this.
bearings.
Like,
Yeah.
excuse me, I have no idea why I picked this kind of. Cast iron was another one, and I think that was something to do with like armor or some shit like that. I don't know
Yeah.
why I picked this. Like, it has nothing to do with anything.
Super cool though.
It's just a stupid like.
It's a theme, and you went with it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
it
right.
works.
Like, and it means nothing, and nobody would probably pick that out. But I don't know. I just thought it was fucking funny.
All of them. That's like
Every single one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you went on my page right now, every one would be something to do with Call of Duty, like World at War specifically,
Yeah.
like a perk or a fucking. I have no idea why.
That was the one Zombies came out on. Eh?
That was, and I never played it.
No, eh? I was all about zombies way back
Everybody
then.
was, man. It's the same thing over and over, though.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And the worst part is you get so fucking far, and then it's like, oh, and you lose, and you're like, okay, let's do it again. You're like, fuck.
No.
Fuck that.
Let's
yeah,
not do
for
it again.
Sure.
I didn't mind like the Modern Warfare shit when that came out. I wasn't really like a big Call of Duty guy, and I never was really at all. But for some reason, World at War was like the guns are made of, there's still wood on the gun. Okay, yeah, I'll play that.
Yeah.
It's just like no advantage really. Like
Yeah.
Modern Warfare,
still
people could
World
kind of
War.
quick scope figure this shit out. This fucking gun's made out of wood, man. Like fucking
Yeah.
quick scope this. It's a gas powered rifle. Like
Yeah.
fuck.
I like your theory.
You play Skate 3, obviously.
Oh fuck, we
Yeah.
played the shit out of all of those at my buddy Mike McDonald's place. Michael 5000 watts as we call him.
Yeah.
We played it religiously.
Yeah,
Wow.
Skate 3 is the shit.
You're on camera, man.
Fucking warning.
Shoot all skaters.
Warning.
Shoot all skaters, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew has that shirt, actually.
With a gun that's
Yeah,
half
it's
a
like
camera.
it
Yeah,
looks like
that's-
an AK, but it's like got a fucking tape cassette in it, like
Classic.
fucking camera and shit, like shit,
Yeah.
man. But what's the best park that you skated at
Here or in general?
in the world?
Damn.
Because I know you were out west for a while too, right?
Oh yeah.
For years?
Actually, that park out there was alright. Lloydminster.
Was it what? What pardon?
Lloydminster was the
Oh,
town. It's
Lloydminster.
literally right on the border of Alberta, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
That one was alright. Trying to think the best. Fuck, that's tough, man. That's actually really tough. Like, every park has their own perk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
no doubt.
Like even the Canada one, the newer one. Well, I say newer, but like that's a great park, but it's a daycare center.
yeah.
Like all the parents just bring their fucking kids, and there's no etiquette, obviously, and they're just like, "Go ahead, Jacob," and like
Yeah.
it's just hot lap scooter central, and like you can't blame the kid because like it's but the parents don't know the etiquette, right? So it's like whenever I'm about to go try something, I obviously look up first, right, and look and see like, okay, he looks like he's about to go all weight or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But these kids head down as a lifestyle, and they just fucking hot lap around the park. They're not trying tricks, and like I get it, man. Whatever, like you're a fucking kid.
Yeah.
But I look at it like, because I've had it happen, man. Legacy, I was probably like 20 or something, but I fucking killed this fucking little girl.
Yeah.
Not obviously like.
Not literally.
I was
Yeah,
jumping
yeah.
over the
Ran,
stairs,
ran,
man. It's a
ran,
4
yeah.
flat 4. Like it's fucking. I can't see the bottom, man.
Yeah.
I was jumping over the stairs, and as soon as I landed, I turned around, and she's right fucking there. And I'm, you try and make your body light and like hover over.
Yeah.
But I hammered her, man, and she's crying and this and that. She's on like a little Barbie pink bike or whatever, foam plastic helmet, like that type shit.
Yeah.
Crocs probably, but they probably weren't back out back then. But and I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm thinking like, okay, where's the hockey dad coming over?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
comes running over, and I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, no, I told her 1,000 times, keep your head up. Maybe she'll learn now. And I'm like, that's a fucking first. Because I've had parents that are like, you hit my kid, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm flying over 8 stairs plus.
Yeah, like how do you control that?
Okay, I'll just fucking teleport over here, and
Yeah.
sorry, but I look at it the same way as like, if you took your kids to a basketball court and they're playing a pickup game, would you tell them just go run around in the middle?
No, exactly.
So
yeah.
it doesn't really like, even if you know nothing about basketball, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't go to a ODR and be like, okay, they're playing a game, just
Exactly,
skate in the
yeah, just
fucking
go
middle.
for it, Yeah.
hit us with the ODR.
Yeah.
Right? Well, fuck, I bet. But I mean,
You
so
know.
I see it as the same way as that. Like, if the parent just says, like, hey, just make sure you keep your head up, let everybody have a turn because we're all sharing this facility. That's pretty much all you got to say. But no, they're like, okay, go ahead, daycare,
Yeah.
and then you're basically fucking watching out for them.
Yeah.
Here you go, Jake.
Shit.
Fuck, it's true though, man. Like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's great.
I don't know. So to say the best park, like fuck, that's tough, man. It's
That's what we
getting back to yeah.
That's back to the point.
It's about like
It's
etiquette that's there.
Okay.
right. Yeah. It's I don't know,
Atmosphere,
man.
right?
I'll get back to you in 2 to 6 weeks. I'll fucking
Yeah, right. Have your people
We'll
contact.
email
What's the best
your-
park in the city then, man? Jeez.
Fuck.
Tells another story about killing another scooter kid. No, please though,
Scooter
dude.
kids, man. Fuck them. But I don't care if the kid's doing a backflip out of the bowl on a scooter. Okay, because he probably knows like he should be watching out.
Oh, for sure.
But these hot lappers that just fucking pump track around. It's like,
Yeah.
man, fucking like go to a tennis court or something. Like I don't know, fucking. It's clay, it's smooth, whatever. But in Ottawa, fuck the Charlie Park downtown is fucking dope.
Drove by there today.
It probably is the best park as far as like layout, facility wise.
Yeah.
I find it chaotic. It's not, and I'm probably over exaggerating, but just me personally, I love the park. I love the homies down there, no question. I don't go there very often because I just find I'm slow, man. I'd like to just do a trick or two, and that's it. And I find there you got to be a bit more aggressive, not in a bad way by any means. And like I said, all the guys there are super nice. Not the point. It's a bit like I got to run onto the board as soon as you get off the rail.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'd rather just kind of have like I go there sometimes, well, not so much lately, but me and my buddy Brett would go there. You know Brett Malone?
Brett, shut up, Brett.
We go there at like 10 a.m. Sunday morning. Everybody else is hungover, and we get kind of like a
Park to
free
yourself,
park, so to
yeah.
speak, right? But it's a great layout, and it's,
Or when it's raining. No one's ever there when it's raining.
Yeah.
well, there's, yeah.
Or when it's hot out.
Yeah,
shit.
definitely don't go there in the winter for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said no to that. That's kind of a. But yeah, that's probably the best as far as layout goes. Legacy, in my opinion, has the best vibe
Yeah.
from what I said earlier. But I don't know. It's weird. Like Greeley, just outside of Ottawa, I fucking love that park.
Where's that one? Greeley.
It's like
Yeah.
Greeley, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you go towards. I think actually it's Bank Street, and it just keeps fucking going and going and going.
Yeah, all the way out that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. I'll check it out.
It's a dope
now.
park.
Is
I
it
love it, but it's a trek. So
Yeah.
most
Is it
people don't want to.
concrete.
Oh yeah, it's shaped like a Z. Like
Alright.
goes up this way, bank comes back down, and then goes this way. But everything's mellow, easy. There's never anybody there. So it's
Never.
kind of fucking.
Hidden gem.
It's kind of nice in a sense. But
What's your favorite?
I do like that park,
Yeah,
but nobody
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
goes
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
Like it's hard to
Yeah.
like get a group of homies. Whereas like tonight, Legacy's so central that fucking people bust there and walking, and it's just easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There was a bunch of lads there, and they were all shredding.
Yeah, for sure. It was a sick vibe there.
Yeah, the Legacy lads fucking crush it. It's,
Yeah, I used to go there back. Oh my god, man! If you asked me how long the skate park's been around, I would never say this. I would never guess this, but
fuck,
now
that park's got to be 25 years old
it's
plus.
fucking. I don't know about 25, but it's definitely over 20 years old because I went there a long time ago.
You'd have to look it up when it actually
A long
Came
time
out.
ago.
Let's do it.
was erected.
Yeah, Legacy Skate Park. When was it erected?
I remember going there when I tray flipped those stairs when I was, I think, 17 or 18.
The double four.
Yeah.
That's
Me and
pretty
this
good.
other guy from
That's good.
Renfrew,
That's
actually.
pretty good.
Thor
Really?
Stewart was his name.
Who was his name?
Thor Stewart.
Do you guys know Thor Stewart?
He tray flipped it first, and then I
Pretty
did
cool.
it right after him. We were kind of like cheering each other on.
Good thing you didn't do it before him, man.
This guy. He pays attention.
Oh no!
I don't know.
Oh, dreams, man. Oh no, I found it. Found it. So also too, you have who are your sponsors?
Right now, just Colony Skate Shop, and we're getting boards and gear from Cleared Hot, which was a company out of Padua originally, and then now they're in Vegas, I think, actually.
Vegas,
So,
what?
yeah. he does,
Cleared
like,
Hot.
Yeah, he does like army style kind of gear, but he does it really fucking well.
Yeah.
Like even the board that I have, like with the naked chick with the machine gun, and I'm like, this is fucking. I'm not really an army guy, but I'm like, this is fucking dope, fucking.
I like naked
Like,
chicks.
Yeah, of course.
And
I mean, that's
machine
just,
guns.
Yeah, definitely some firepower in both spectrums of that. But yeah, and that's it right now.
But other than across the city, a couple times here and there, did you travel much to skateboard?
Not like long trips. Like I'm not doing no 5-hour trip to go try and hit a rail.
You gonna go to Montreal or something with the boys?
Yeah, I'd go to Montreal.
Fucking
It's an hour and a
boys.
half. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know, to go like we used to as kids. We'd travel up to Ottawa just to hit this one specific rail. And if you got it, you got it, and if you didn't, whatever.
What rail?
Yeah.
The one at the Britannia where you blunt slided it?
No, I was living here then when I did that, but yeah, we used to as kids because it was kind of more of like an adventure type thing. But back then too, it was like, when you're 16, you could literally skate for 8 hours. And you're fucking fine.
Nothing
And now it's like
Do it
2.
all over
And, well,
again.
you saw me walking up the stairs. I'm like,
Yeah.
using my board as a cane. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
Shit, man. Well, yeah, see, that's it too. Probably takes a toll on you. Break some bones and shit too.
Knock on wood, never broke a bone.
Shut
For
up.
real.
But
Whole career.
I get, man, I don't
These
know what the
little
fuck
guys.
it is. Like,
Not trying hard enough, I guess.
that's motivation right there.
Fuck.
That's
You should be breaking a bone.
fair. You know what? Yeah, man.
And then get back up and fucking land it.
That's true. Yeah.
I got a black eye from skateboarding.
Oh my God! The guy at the park today.
No,
Sorry.
go.
Oh, the guy at the park today. He disappeared into the bowl. I didn't really see him disappear
Yeah.
into the bowl. I saw him going towards the bowl, and I looked away. And everyone was like, "Whoa!" And then I looked up, and this fucking skateboard shoots up out of the bowl.
And no
And
hell.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was
"Oh,
fucking-
shit."
that
Everyone
was
runs
funny.
over, like flux over, and like Buddy comes out of the bowl. I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool, whatever." And they're like, "Oh, your face!" And he's got this fucking like he smoked
Yeah.
his
Oh,
face,
yeah?
like he fell
Shit.
hard. Like then after a while, he's like, "I just woke up in the bowl."
Woke up in the
Yeah, when he
Man,
said
you
that,
knocked
I was
yourself out, man.
Yeah,
shit, man.
shit.
Um,
Maybe lost a
fucked up.
tooth.
we got a black eye. How'd you do a black eye?
It was when I was first trying to learn. We were trying to ollie over a pipe, like literally just a fucking round pipe on the ground. I caught it, fucking hit my face on the ground. Didn't break a nose, didn't do anything, but got a black eye. I'm like, the fuck? Like, how does this? I don't know what it is. Like, I'll take a 10-stair bail off a curb, and then jump off something, and like, knock on wood, it just miraculously kind of like works out. Or
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Ta-da.
fuck. Like, we always learned how to like, you'd flip the board, learn how to catch it, and then push it down. Pushing your toes down, so that way then you didn't chip the fuck out of the board either, because we couldn't afford a new one.
Oh, true.
And so it was like a double kind of like, but if you could catch it so many times and then push it away comfortably, then you pretty much know you got it, right? So you'd
Yeah.
like learn to bail before just fucking going for it and hucking it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I always kind of found that was a bit, I mean, you can't do that with every single trick, but I mean,
Right.
it was always easier to have an escape route. If something goes crazy sour, then yeah, sure, you're
Yeah.
fucked no matter what. But at least you're prepared for probably 90% of the way that it's going to go wrong, or even 70% of
Well,
like the predictable kind of. Oh, I keep jumping this way, I'm going to fall back this way.
Even
Take a
the
step back or
difference-
whatever, right?
The
But
difference between the there was like a couple younger lads there, and then like the older lads. The difference there, like
it's calculated.
they're all planning that shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the older lads and the younger lads. Like the one dude, like he tried to do a 3-flip, and it was in my mind the easy way, but
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
everyone,
Yeah.
and just like he like ended up like just kind of all weird, and I was like, oh, he's trying too hard, you know,
Yeah.
and he's not thinking about that part of it all. But
Yeah.
all the other lads like you said, they know when to kick it away, or they know like whatever. But that's definitely a huge part in it. Like falling
Absolutely.
is like a fucking huge part.
You gotta learn how to fall. Not only so that you can, get up and do it again, but you don't want to get fucked up, man. Like, I've fucking rolled my ankles so many fucking times I can't even count.
Yeah.
And like the last time that I actually rolled it was with Brett Malone,
Oh,
and I was
shit.
just warming up. It was like a 5-stair and then like an 8 or something like that, and it was like, do the first little rail and then jump on the next one, and I just slipped out, and I felt my foot hit the last stair, and then like fold over.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking broke. I tore like all the front and the side. I couldn't walk for 40 fucking days, man.
Holy fuck, man.
Fuck.
And that was like the worst. I was like, fuck, like, and for nothing, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a competition. It wasn't like I was gonna get money.
Yeah,
I lost a
right.
lot of money not working.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's not like Toyota was gonna be like, oh shit, skateboarding? Yeah, sure, we'll pay your fucking half wage because you didn't
Right.
land it. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. It's weird in that sense too. That at any point you're kind of risking it. Because even
whole
just a
lot.
rolled ankle like off a curb is enough
Was
to
there anyone
fucking.
even filming
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
No.
So really for nothing.
Yeah,
Story.
true
A
that.
story. A legend to be
Yeah, a
told.
tale.
Like it's
Around
fucking.
a campfire.
Yeah.
Shit.
But yeah, I don't know. It never like broke anything. I guess knock on wood, obviously, but
Yeah, good for you. Shit, man.
yeah, maybe I'm not trying hard enough that I'm not.
We briefly touched on it, but what do you think about the fucking skateboarding in the Olympics, man?
I'm down.
You going?
I'm cool with it. Like, I think it's kind of about time in a sense. Snowboarding's been in it for how long?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
The thing I find kind of funny
For
about
sure.
it though is like it's Olympics, so I guess they got to be drug tested.
Oh yeah.
Not that skateboarders are, but even smoking weed, I don't think you can.
Have you
Even
seen
though it's
this
legal
guy?
in some places or whatever.
Gustava or whatever, Gustavo or whatever.
Gustavo.
But Felipe Gustavo or no?
Yeah.
Or Gustavo Ribeiro.
No, Gustavo Ribeiro. Yeah. Felipe Moto. Do you know this kid though? He's pretty good too.
Fuck yeah.
But I guess they're SLS skaters. But the first one I mentioned, man, I'm just bad at saying their names. But he
couldn't go or something, or
no, he is on his way. He just did like some kind of tryouts or something like that,
for Olympics?
or something. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Swear to God, they were just talking about it. Oh no, wait. Actually, you know what? Might have just lied to you. I think I watched last year's.
I wonder what that
SLS.
training criteria would be like. How do you try out for that?
Yeah.
They just bring you to a park and be like, "Oh, I guess you're good enough,"
Yeah.
right? Like
No.
it's because it's not like, okay,
Well, I
give me,
guess
give me
they,
10 3-pointers in a row, or something, right? Like,
Spy them
Probably
out
just-
or whatever, and be like, "This is the guy." And be like, "Hey, do the thing you're doing, but do it 100 times." You know, like
yeah, probably.
and sleep here, and we'll wake you up. Do it again.
Japan.
Do it again.
Did you say Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm down with it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Kind of
fuck.
makes
Yeah,
it
it'd be
less
about
of like
time for sure.
It's funny that it's in the Olympics, but the moment that I try to go jump over stairs downtown or something, I'm a fucking criminal.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
right.
That's a bit extreme, but like,
Like I said, we should go play
It's so
soccer
weird
at
like
the
that.
church or something, or like go play like another Olympic sport at the church. They did already. They did.
They already
it.
did,
They
yeah.
already did it one year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did. Ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. But man, that's something crazy. Like that's like something that I've thought about since I was a kid, man.
never thought I'd see the day.
No, yeah. I figured
Never,
you know,
not
dirty
once.
dopers, they're fucking wheelie boards and shit.
Yeah, Punk.
they're doing weed.
Punk.
Like,
Yeah, doing weed.
Yeah,
and,
doing
other accessories.
electric
get a job
lattice.
and a haircut for sure.
Shit, but I will say, man, the foreigners are fucking, really killing it in the skateboarding game, man. The Brazilians and
Oh,
the
yeah.
Japanese
And
right now,
Japan,
man,
for sure.
insane, man. And like, I don't even feel racist
Young?
saying that.
Are they young?
Where should you?
There, yeah. Actually, there's one kid. I think he's in
Yeah.
SLS, and he is something like 13 or something
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
But the kid
Crazy.
is insane. Like he does like crazy like.
Oh, I think I know
technical
who you're
fucking
talking about.
shit,
Yeah,
like,
I can't
oh,
remember his
man.
name, but
And that one guy today, did he do a bigger spin?
it's called I think it was Gazelle or something. It's like he did nollie 360 shove, but then he 360s as well. It's some wizardry fucking.
So the
I
last,
can't,
but
I
the
can't.
last one's like a pivot.
more or less, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's like
But you still
Okay.
count it as the
So
full
it's
3.
like a 540. Yeah, like it's technically like a 540 shove it 360.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I was
Anyways,
shocked and amazed. I was
it was pretty
fucking
sick.
blown away.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, I don't know
Stuff
why,
like that
why
happens,
my mind
man.
went to that, but I just was I was saying something and I just went right to that.
the sessions just pop off like that. It's weird, man. Everybody just gets hyped on everybody else because they're all just happy that
Yeah,
everybody
guy
else is getting their own shit. So you want to get your stuff too, but nobody's thriving to be the best walking away from it. It's like, oh fuck, everybody got some great sesh.
Yeah. The one guy walks
It's
around.
so weird.
He's
Like nobody won
He's got
today.
the Pringles in the water, and he comes around. He's like,
Yeah.
"Yo, what's going on over here?" And he's like, "Hip sesh." And he looks over. He's like, "Hip sesh."
Yeah.
Like, he knows. Yeah.
It's yeah. I like that shit though. I don't know. Make something out of nothing.
Oh, for sure. And I always liked that
Wow.
with skateboarding was the fucking, and the thing is whenever I was younger, I was like, man, I don't know what it is, but just I got this feeling where like I say fucking kickflip, and like you get what I mean, you know?
Yep.
Like we have certain language or like whatever this and that, and like you get what I mean. And like I always was like, man, that gives me like this feeling. I don't know what it is, you know. And I was like, one day I was like, man, I think the word I'm looking for is like community, you know. It's like a sense of community, you know.
That's why Colony named the skate shop Colony, because we are a group of not workers
It's a
but
con.
people that help each other out.
Skateboarding
We're
colonized
We're all,
us.
yeah, but it's true. Like I mean,
Shit,
maybe
man.
there's some underlining thing that I don't know for sure, but that's
Community.
that's essentially what it is, right?
Well,
Because
yo,
it's like
that's-
we're all striving for everybody else to be the best they can be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a queen bee, I guess, in a colony. There's no queen skateboarder, I suppose, but that's beside the point. We're you know, but yeah, it's true, man. Everybody just wants everybody else to do the best they can, without getting fucked up, obviously, or
Yeah.
smashing your face on the ground. But
Yeah,
trying
that young
not to,
lad went hard. Miles, maybe was his name or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
he's
I-
fucking good though.
I heard them saying his name.
man.
Diego.
Down in the bowl.
Yeah, that was the guy that
He-
did the Nollie Big Spin.
I only knew his name because I heard his accent and was like, "That's not a French accent." And then someone said Diego, and I was like, "Bet you it's that guy."
He's the happiest
Now I
positive
know for
vibe dude
sure.
I've ever met in my life.
He's
man.
what?
He's like the happiest positive vibe dude I've ever met. In
Oh,
my life.
man,
Like,
yeah.
he's,
Well,
like,
I didn't
he's
expect him to
fucking
do what he did on the skateboard. To be
Fuck,
honest,
he's good, man.
He was standing there drinking beer at one point. He was cheering everybody else on. He has a skateboard, and like I'm like, that's like me, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I would be there drinking the beer and smoking the weed, and like I had a skateboard, and like, you know, not to say I like couldn't ride it, but like then like he goes and he's like riding with them, right? And he was the one that did the fucking gazelle or whatever. And there was a few things he did, man, and I was like,
He
holy
kills it,
shit.
man.
Oh, I actually have a clip of him doing the fucking little like backside nose, like
Oh yeah, on the top ropes, as I say.
on the top rope.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, but no, he actually surprised me, man. No offense to him, but he surprised me.
Oh, he's a great
So I
skateboarder.
always fucking like slouch.
Oh yeah.
The thing is,
I
my
always
chair
do
is
that
lower
shit,
than
too.
his, so now like it looks like I'm shorter than him. I swear I'm taller, ladies. I am much taller than him. He's
Yeah,
4'6".
How tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Wow, just a mountain of a man.
Yeah. That's right.
Fuck.
Isn't there a guy they call the mountain?
Indeed.
You.
You.
So actually, you know what? Random weird question, but have you noticed that you can't really buy? There's a lot of companies have like kind of phased out. Like, I went to go buy a set of Grand King trucks,
Oh fuck.
and you can buy them on the internet, but don't go into a store and try and buy them. Back in the
company
day,
can't
whenever
see
I
you
was a
making
kid, like
trucks.
you go and they had like 10 different kinds of trucks. Like at one point, it
Yeah.
got like sickening. Like it was like
Oh yeah.
the creepers and the fucking
Reaper
you know,
was
like,
Grand King.
all these crazy. Was it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sister company shit.
But all these crazy. Then like you know what I mean. There was so many. Now I go in. They're like, I'm like, can I get tensors? They're like, no. Like
I
you
think
can get
Tensor
them
just
online.
came back.
And then they're like, but it's like you can get like 2 or 3 different companies, and it's like independent, whatever. But
Venture.
but have you noticed that though? Like it's like it really died down because I went to, and this wasn't
Kinda.
just the shop I went to. Like I went to a few different shops trying to find them.
I think it kind of went like that because there became so many people like trying to get a hand in it, right? Like even if you bought a blind, you remember blind skateboards?
Yeah.
a blind complete board, it would be blind trucks. But they're not fucking blind trucks.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
just because the complete had to have their name on the wheel, on this, on that. So
Yeah.
it's like it was easy for companies to just take because it's all just cast moldings, right? Like it's not fucking hard to
Yeah, they just put
throw a different emblem in there or whatever, right?
Yeah, right.
But nowadays it's like people seem to gravitate towards like a few major players, and that's about it. And
Yeah.
anything else you got to get online. But I don't know, it's kind of it's weird. Like everybody rides super fucking wide boards, and I still kind of don't, because I'm like our boards were 7.5 whenever I first started. Now
Yeah.
like 8.5 is, and an inch doesn't seem like a lot, but it's all the way around, man. That's a big fucking. That's a Cadillac to fucking throw around,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Buick, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
Something with an all steel bumper, A-track or whatever. It doesn't matter, but. And I'm not really still used to that. Like I'm like kind of getting up there, but it's like, man, you guys are fucking throwing around these like pieces of plywood, more or less. And it wasn't like that when I was a kid.
Totally, eh?
There was a few, like
Easier with a bigger board, technically.
to land on, I guess, but you need wider trucks.
So, right?
See, the thing is, I always needed a wider board because I have big feet. So then I
Now,
swear,
see, that makes sense though.
and yeah, and I swear one day I was like, oh, you can like choose the size of the board, and I was like, okay, yeah, like, well then like give me the big one. And then like once I found out that I was like, okay, I want to ride like, well, I rode an 8 for a while, and then I was like, I need like an 8.5 or like
Yeah,
8
or
3/4,
8.25
man. Like I need something big, man. And then like I swear, like I turn around and everyone's riding a big board now, and I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, I made
Yeah.
it cool just because my feet are big.
But you gotta ride wide trucks with that as well.
No, that's
Like
true.
when I
used to-
started riding a wider board just to kind of like, well, people are doing it, so it must be onto something. It was still these skinny ass fucking trucks, so it's like I couldn't see my wheels, and I'm like, it's you're not expanding your surface area, right? So now I have the trucks to match at least the width, and then I
yeah.
put washers in between the wheels to widen them out like even further. I'll take super glue and just put a little Loctite of my own on the end, so like it's not fucking coming off. Just to make it wider, like and even like the millimeter on
Super
each.
glue.
Yeah, to make my own Loctite.
Man, how'd your wheel fall off that day?
That's what I'm fucking wondering, man. Like, Gorilla Glue.
I was
fucked me
either
again,
there
dude.
when it happened, or
Fuck, man.
or Andrew took a video or something. But I remember this.
Yeah, man. I should have.
You use super
Loctite,
glue.
fuck.
You use super glue, or you use like Gorilla Glue.
Crazy Glue with the K.
Oh yeah,
Would probably
crazy
be the
glue.
move, 'cause I
Oh,
mean,
shit.
it's-
I'm over here like super glue.
That's just fun, you know.
Gorilla Glue with a G.
Like you spell crazy with a K.
Oh shit! Yeah, then
You know
you
that
know
company
for sure.
fucks.
Then you know for sure something's wrong with them.
Yeah.
But speaking of cars, you were talking about Cadillacs and Buicks and stuff. Tell us about your cars.
Oh, those old dusters.
Yeah, I got a couple nice ones there.
Basters.
Just two 30-year-old Mazdas that are
Yeah.
fucking.
What's wrong with being 30 years old?
Yeah,
Nothing
man.
special,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's fun. I like old cars, man. It's I don't know, something about it's just. They're not super old by any means. They're 1993, but it's just fun. Like slam them down to the ground and do some chassis upgrades, roll bars on the inside and stuff like that, and just put it around. I don't fucking race around and.
What did you
Like-
affectionately
Yeah.
call it earlier? The tooth chipper?
Oh, the bar in the back. Yeah, when you sit in the back of my white car, it's a Mazda MX-3 with it's got the world's smallest V6, 1.8, well, production V6. So super small
Yeah.
V6, but it's like a little go-kart, man. A
Yeah.
Presidia, if you remember that, which that's a girl's name. I peeled that off right away. I don't know.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't like Presidia, man. It's
Was it a girl's name?
MX-3, okay.
Yeah, but
Presidia.
okay, but what the hell? You're over here
Presidia.
calling them as the
Presidia.
Excella or whatever.
That's
you know?
Mazda 6.
Or
Or no,
whatever.
that's his Mazda 3.
That's
It's an
what I'm saying.
Excella.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm
That's what the
saying.
real name
What I'm
is.
saying,
Sport,
you're
yeah.
calling it this, but you're gonna call the other one. You're not
MX-3 is the real name.
I thought
Presidia
Presidia
was
was
only
the
a
real
thing
name.
they did over here.
Oh, I thought that
The
was the
MX-6
real
I have, they called it Mystere. What the fuck?
Mystere.
Like what?
name.
Ford
Mystere.
Probe? No thanks.
Ford
Yeah,
Probe.
yeah, no.
Right?
They
Like,
made a turbo probe though.
that sounds.
Yeah, damn.
I'm sure they did.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
That's fair.
The tooth chipper's the bar that goes behind the seat. for like, you know, chassis roll and shit like that, right? It's not like it's a fucking race car, but whatever. And if you sit in the
I don't
back
know.
seat, it's like perfect, you know, kind of level. So I don't normally ride with people
He says
back
it's
there.
not a
but-
race car, but when he hit the throttle, it goes doo, like a fucking Honda in VTEC, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling
It'll
you.
never be a Honda in VTEC.
No, well,
make that
fuck.
claim.
What is this? VRI?
VRIS.
VRIS. I was gonna say VRI2 because whenever you said it earlier, I pictured it in my head, and I guess the two
too
looks like
technical,
an S, maybe. No, it doesn't.
I don't know.
Backwards.
I like the old stuff. Not many people will agree. And
The old Japanese stuff, though.
of course, it's got to be
Come on
JDM or
now.
GTFO, man.
Yeah, I heard GTF.
I'm not a
See,
German
but
car guy.
The
and-
thing is I like American muscle.
Oh, I do too. I mean,
But, however, I really enjoy how much noise the Japanese cars make. First of all.
well,
Second of
yeah.
all, I like how much it pisses off the American muscle people. And you know what? I like both together, but you know what? I saw one day a 2,000 horsepower, like 69 Camaro, which if you have a 69 Camaro, you like keep it
You're
the
already
way it
boss,
is.
so
Well, no, you keep it the way it is.
yeah.
And you don't touch it. You like you know, maybe like try and restore it a little bit, but you don't like change it, right? Like in that
To that
world, it'd be
degree.
sacrilegious to change it, you know?
Yeah.
It had a fucking 2,000 horsepower 2JZ supermotor in it.
That's fucking.
And I'm
hilarious.
like, that's fucking cool as fuck. And on top of it, like, I would drive by people and just be like,
yeah.
yeah, fuck you. They're like, we shouldn't have done that. You had a perfectly nice fucking, you know, 69 Camaro. Yeah. See you later, you know?
But that cast.
So that's why I like them a lot is the, look what we can do. We can do the same thing you can, and I still have more gas in my tank, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Even Japanese muscle though, back in the day, they were doing it at the same time. Like if you look at an RX3, which is a thing that
Yep.
people don't even know about.
I've seen an RX2, bro.
Yeah, it's still rotary powered, like 1.1, single piston, I guess if you call it a piston. But you'd look at it and it
The 1.3 is...
has the two headlights in the front, like the two round headlights. It just has this kind of like muscle look to it, but it's a fucking Japanese made car. Like it's not.
Yeah.
American muscle's always, you know, has its look, right? But you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
Japanese muscle, and it's a
Yeah.
very similar fucking vibe.
That's like the 2000 GT.
But it's
or
a
whatever.
four banger or something like that, rear wheel drive.
You know,
It's
like
hilarious.
the 2000 GT, like the 60s Skyline.
Fuck yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like that.
Celica
Like that's like
Supra type shit.
American muscle, or not American, Japanese muscle.
Japanese
Yeah.
muscle, yeah.
Rear wheel drive, but it's got a 4-cylinder.
Yeah, fucking right.
It's
Crazy.
funny like that. I don't know.
Well, I remember one of my
Beautiful.
buddies back in the day used to always be like, "Oh yeah, man, me and my brother, we're gonna get this fucking 85 or 86 fucking Corolla, this and that.
Oh, the A86.
Hey, yeah, and we're gonna race it and this and that, and
Yeah.
whatever." And I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, man?" But also too, like I'm like fucking like 15 or 16, right? I have no fucking clue what he's talking about. Like, I've never heard anyone say they want a Corolla, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, like, man, and it's weird because this is before Tokyo Drift and shit like that, right?
Yeah,
You know
that
what I
did,
mean?
yeah.
And fucking this guy, so then eventually I'm like, oh yeah, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, Tokyo Drift, and like, oh, drifting, and like, oh, 80, 86 Corollas. I'm like, that's the fucking car this guy wanted. And I'm like, but it's like 86 horsepower or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, factory. It's
And, like-
basically a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, rear wheel drive lawnmower. Like, you know, it's all the better.
and that's why they made that, the new FRS, the BRZ.
Oh, yeah.
So they made
more
that,
Subaru
and
than anything
everyone,
else, though.
Yeah, but everyone's upset because it's not as powerful. Like it's not very powerful or whatever.
it's
like
200
underpowered.
horsepower, but it's
But
not
they're
even a
saying-
Toyota engine.
But yeah, I know. But what they're saying is
It's like,
the reason
fuck.
why, like, so everyone's complaining, oh, it's not power. It doesn't have enough power. But they're saying the reason why they gave it that much power is because the A86 Corollas that it's like supposed to be like paying homage to.
Yeah,
They were super underpowered rear-wheel drive little fucking cars, right? So they were doing that same thing. That's why they didn't turbo them or anything. They were trying to give it the same NA
but see,
low
like,
horsepower.
like so in
fucking
my
thing.
opinion, like the paying homage to it. Then
No
why
one
didn't
cares
you?
about your opinion.
Why didn't you put it?
You said that Amish? Oh, I thought you said the Amish thing.
No, they definitely didn't make it. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna
The
pay tribute
Amish
to an
thing.
old car, at least put a Toyota engine in it. It's a Subaru Boxer engine, man.
Yeah, but man,
Same with the Supra.
Think about
The
this,
Supra
but think
people
about this.
pissed about it because it's like Supra
Think about
was
this.
like the fucking. It was a cast block. This thing will not fucking blow up. Well, I shouldn't say it, but you know what I mean. Like it was an indestructible machine.
But they don't have
right
to
off the
design
line.
it now. They don't have to. Okay, wait. Let me just tell you this. Can I tell you this?
It's not that they don't have to.
Do you
It's
know
just
what
they
do you-
should
do you
if they're
know-
going to use that name.
Do you know what the 1UZ is?
Yeah.
So the 1UZ, they spent $30 million just in designing and engineering that motor, right?
Yeah.
So here's a fun fact.
You're going to say the
Yeah.
SR20.
The 2JZ motor,
Okay.
the head is designed by Yamaha.
Yeah.
So,
Same with my engine. in
so
my cars.
technically, the fucking old 2JZ super motor isn't even fucking fully a Toyota motor either, right? But
now,
but
yeah.
But either way, all I'm saying is they spent so much money making and designing all this shit. So they're like, okay, we don't want to put the same motor in it. And I'm just making this up, but I don't want to put the same 2.2 liter 4-cylinder that's in the Camry. But I want to put something nice in it, you know? Like I want to put something whatever, right? And then like
They should have just basically taken
they get
the
someone else to make
2JZ
it.
or made an upgraded version of it. Because like Nissan was doing that. You had the 240, which is 2.4, 280, 2.8, and then you get up to the
No.
the 350Z 3.5 liter inline six, I believe. Inline
No,
six,
it's
yeah.
Yeah, they're 3.5.
No.
It's not a 4-cylinder.
Stop. 350Z?
My cousin has a Fairlady. It's a
350Z.
370Z. That's a 3.7 liter V6.
Yeah,
I think it is V6. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not inline.
V6.
It is V6. Sorry, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not a 4-banger though.
No, I know. You said inline 6 and I was just
Yeah, because it used to be in the.
It's called a VQ35. Yeah, the 300 was a inline 6.
The 300 ZX, the Fairlady ZX. That wasn't an inline. No,
Yeah, but it was with a twin turbo. Some came.
only in Japan.
Some. That's
A
still
friend of
some.
mine had an 88 one. And
Was it black?
Target top.
Was it black?
No, it was. It was
Am I wrong? No.
I don't know if it was an
That's still
inline.
some.
Fuck, was it an inline? Maybe it was. Shit, you might be right.
No, wait. Here we go. Actually, you know what? Wait 1 sec. I take all that back. You know what? It was a VG. It was a VG 330. Okay, I had the same motor in my fucking Pathfinder, except it wasn't twin turbo. Let's look it up.
That shared it with a Fairlady.
Let's look it up. Yeah.
Why would you make up a lie like that?
Let's ask Google.
You're just trying to impress YouTube, man. You can't make up a lie.
Oh.
There's no fucking way it had the same thing.
What motor was in the Nissan 300 ZX? What did I say? VG 30
So yeah, not inline.
DE. So yeah,
guess
that's I was going back on what I said. I was
I
like,
know.
yeah, it's a V
I
because
owe you a
and the
Coke.
reason why I remember is because it was the same. So this one right here has the same one as my Pathfinder did. But this one here is a VG30 DETT, which is the twin turbo.
Only sold in Japan.
So the VG stands for the fucking Conrad size. The 30 is the 3.0 liters.
Yeah, cubic centimeters. Yeah.
DE is dual overhead cam
Oh, dual.
electric fuel injection, and TT is twin turbo.
I'm impressed. You read the manual.
No, it doesn't even say that. It doesn't even say that. Look, it doesn't even say it.
I'm kidding,
It
bro.
just doesn't even say it. I just really like Nissan. So yeah, you're right though.
I do
It
too.
is a V6, yeah. And it was the VG, yeah. So yeah.
They just Nissan, like anything else, kind of shit it out for a bit.
Why? Why? Tell me why.
Because your car's a Skyline, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry,
It is.
man. I like your whip. It's
The
alright. I'm not
V36, man.
disrespecting. That ain't a fucking Skyline, man. Give me a
What
break.
the fuck? This hassle every time.
I'm sorry,
Other
man. I
than
like
right
you.
now,
You're,
it's
you're
like,
a good
man,
dude. You have
we
me
had a
on.
Skyline, and now he's like, you know what?
It is
We're
because
here
I gotta
on the
call
show.
it by the
Yeah.
God-given
Yeah.
name, you know. But like, look at it, man. Like, if you were to tell people, like, yeah, I drive a Skyline, they'd be like, fuck, I'm expecting
Man,
Pretty big thing.
some kind of.
it has the tail lights, man. It has the tail. What do you mean cojones? That's it.
You know, I'm talking about real Skyline. Like,
Let's
let's talk
race some
R32
midnight.
stuff like that. Don't get me into this R game right now.
Man, but
'Cause I
this
won't
is the
stop.
V, bro.
But I mean, like,
All right, I
if
get what you're
he
saying,
told you
but
I drive a Skyline, you'd
don't
be
lie
like,
to my
fuck,
face,
damn.
Yeah.
I'm expecting some like blow off valve or something,
Yeah.
some type of panty remover, you know, equipment.
Yeah, I can make
And
the
yet-
noise.
No disrespect, I like
I
you.
know. Mine goes doc 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 doc.
Like,
Whatever, man. That's fair. What's
And
your
that-
favorite car then?
oh fuck, fuck, I don't
The
know.
big
You're
one.
saying Nissan shit the bed, man. What about the R34 with the fucking with the real
With
fucking,
the 4-wheel steering?
No, maybe, but
Yeah,
no,
that was terrible, eh?
No,
Yeah.
they didn't have no.
Mm-hmm.
That's called
What
Hickus.
was that?
It's actually called Hickus.
I think the 32 and 33, sorry, had 4-wheel steering.
yeah,
My
and
apologies.
it's called Hickus. It's called Hickus.
What are you talking about?
Call it by its God-given name, man.
4WS?
It's called
And I say
Hickus.
W.
No, it's called Hickus.
Hickus? What is this? What?
Google it, man. Nissan Hickus, bro.
Hickus is the 4-wheel steering system that they call it?
That's what you're saying, man.
I don't think so. I think it was just 4WS.
You want to fight? Rear wheel steer, bro. Hickus. Boom.
What does it stand for?
Two,
Oh, because it's
yeah.
hydraulic. Because it's hydraulic. It's not electronic.
It is called. So Hickus is Nissan's rear wheel steer system found on cars ranging from the more recent Skyline and Fairlady Z 300ZX.
I didn't know they made it the
says
Fairlady.
and stuff. You say they didn't? You didn't know they made the Fairlady?
No, I didn't know they made the 4-wheel steering in the Fairlady. 'Cause
Me
that's- Fun fact,
Keep going.
my MX-6 from Japan, 4-wheel steering, not mandatory, but just stock. Everyone you get, 4-wheel steering.
Crazy.
Because it was set up to match the Prelude. Because the
Preludes had the same shit,
Prelude
too.
had 4-wheel steering only in Japan. The
No,
MX-6
my friend had one.
earlier model though.
It was an 88.
Because the
Yeah, it
MX-6
was an
88
Yeah.
had 4-wheel steering too, but it was only 2-liter turbo. I think non-intercooled, like. But only Japan.
Turbo.
Because I was looking up one when I was out west. Because I figured, like, fuck, if I just drove the extra little bit to BC, pick up this car, and it was 94 MX-6, 60,000 on it, or maybe 90 at most, $4,000, delivered to BC. And like there's standards out there, like they had chassis photos underneath. It was still white paint. Like fuck, man. It was like $4 or $5,000 delivered there, but it was an automatic. And yeah, it was 4-wheel steering, self-adjusting, had fog lights,
What?
power folding mirrors, heated seats, obviously, power seats, leather. Like half the shit that comes out today, that's like a, you know, kind of luxury.
Yeah, right.
But all that shit
Yeah,
back in
all back
'94.
Oh, Japan's been doing wild shit, man.
For sure.
They always give us the crap.
Yeah.
Like even, you know, but they'll badge it up is the thing that I always found funny. Like when I bought that Acura EL out west, it's Acura. It's supposed to be this, like, at the time, this, like, you know, high-end luxury. You pop the hood, it says Honda right on the valve cover, which you're like, okay. I took the whole Acura front end and put it on my hatchback Civic. Bolt for bolt, everything lined up,
Yeah.
headlights, everything.
Do you know why they
Like,
do that,
it's
though?
the same fucking car.
Do you know why they do that, though?
They do that because they ran out because they sold too much.
You're only allowed
So
to
like
sell,
Honda was only allowed to sell like say 500,000 units in
No,
Canada.
you're only allowed to sell one car in each class. So the Civic and the Integra would be in the same class. So you have, you know what I mean, like your
Okay.
like your compact cars, your midsize, your
Yeah, but if
whatever.
you okay, I get
and
it.
a van and a fucking SUV and a truck and whatever, right? So then you're allowed to have one of each of those. So then,
As an exporter,
yeah,
as a
then
separate
Honda
country?
had one of each and put them out, right? And then they were like, how can we fucking sell more?
because they
cars?
ran out of
So
sell,
then
like they were only
like,
allowed to
"Here."
sell 500,000 and they capped out
No,
immediately.
it's not even that. It's just that they're only allowed to sell one of each car in each class. So like one car in each class. So now they can't sell the Honda Integra here
No.
because they already have the Honda Civic, same class, right?
Hmm.
So then they were like, how do we do this? Okay, let's fucking create a company called Acura.
Yeah.
And they just
Infinity.
sell these cars. And then, Infinity, fucking Lexus,
Lexus,
Scion, fucking
Scion was a downgrade.
all of them, man.
Yeah.
But Kia, fucking
Kia Hyundai
Genesis,
for sure.
like,
Genesis,
fucking all
yeah.
of it. Yo, shout out to Genesis though. Actually, they're doing pretty good, man. You ever
Hyundai's
seen the
actually doing
Sphere?
pretty
You ever
well
seen
with
the
this.
Sphere?
The Sphere?
The Sphere, they have a crystal fucking sphere that whenever you start this bitch, it's like the shifter, man, and it flips over.
Oh,
And it shows and
fuck.
it lights up and shit, and you like, and like dial where you're going and shit.
But
I
it's
hate
still
those
automatic.
dial things, but this thing, yeah. So, oh, you should
I will
see it
be
though,
that guy.
man. You should see it, man.
I have a shirt that says "Save the Manuals," man. Like this stuff is.
Man,
What year were your EL?
It was
98?
97 Civic hatch, and then the EL was 98,
At 299.
and it was a 1.6.
Yeah.
It wasn't the 7. 5-speed manual.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have sold it. It was fucking great. Cloth seats,
Had leather.
power windows, and AC. I'm like, why didn't it have leather?
I think
It should have.
I think there was only 2 trim levels.
I bought the car because it was a write-off, and the only reason I bought it was because I just wanted to put the front end on my Civic. So then I put the Civic front end back on the EL, spray painted it black, and then sold it. But it needed a control
it was
arm.
written off.
Yeah, it was written off because it needed a control arm. But whoever fucking, repaired it, I think they put the toe all the way out and the caster or something like that. So when you let go of the wheel, it would drive in a straight line. But when I went to go get an alignment on it,
No.
when I went to go get an alignment on it, he's like, "Yo, this control arm's bent as fuck." And I'm like, "But it goes in a straight line." He's like, "Yeah, because he just matched it to." But they're all laser checked, right? So it's like the computer's showing what it shows. It will not let you pass this because it was a write-off, so you had to get like the extensive kind of safety.
Yeah,
you couldn't
yeah,
just
yeah.
whatever. And I was like, as fucking if, man, like this shit's bent as fuck, but somebody obviously must have taken it to some shop and be like, well, I'll lean it out so at least you can
Still drive it.
sell it. And
That's so
but I had to get a control arm from a Civic LX.
Oh yeah, you know what though? You know what's
Weird,
what?
like interchangeable kind of stupid shit
You know
like
what
that.
though?
But
The LX.
Great car.
You know a funny little bit of information with the LX.
it's an EL.
I believe the LX is only sold in the States, and that
No, we had them here.
SI, the SI and the LX, most of the parts are interchangeable.
Oh, probably.
Because I went to the store and I went to get the fucking brakes, and they gave me the wrong brakes, and then they're like, "Yeah, we couldn't find the SI, so we just like gave you these ones." And I was like, "Well, you're a fucking idiot," because I went and just tried to put them on my car, and I had to put my car back together and fucking come here. They're like, "Yeah." So then like, there's a guy there. He passed away now. But he knows about the fucking Honda, so I told him about it. He's like, yeah. He's like, it's an LX. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, no, it's an SI. He goes, no. He's like, the fucking in the States, it's the LX. So
Yeah.
he's like, if they can't find the part for it, you can get the LX part.
Oh yeah.
All those bars that are inside the white one, like all the ones that go perpendicular, like the brace bar behind your head,
Yeah.
and then the 2 in the trunk that are out the strut tower, those are Honda Civic C-pillar bars. Because I had the Civic, and then when I drove out to Calgary with my buddy Woodrow, a.k.a. Woodrow Boomin.
Woodrow Boomin, nice.
He, or Metro Boomin,
yeah,
whichever.
I know. Yeah,
Uh,
that's awesome.
And we drove out to Calgary, picked up the MX-3, drove it back. It was lady-driven.
Kim.
She had the original bill of sale, fucking all the receipts, everything. And before I sold the Civic, I was like, fuck. I got the C-pillar bars like behind the head. I'm like, I just fucking wonder if it would fit in the 3, like just for the sake of fucking argument. And sure enough, I matched it up, and I'm like, no fucking way. Like nobody would have figured that out unless they had the 2 cars. Why would you order it online on a hunch, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, then I have the bar behind the head, the 2 in the trunk. You just gotta like etch out the plastic a little bit so you can keep the trim. But it's funny because people will ask me on like the MX3 pages and like the MX6 group pages, they're like, where'd you get those bars? Didn't think they made them. It's not like it's not this high fucking, roll cage bar, but it's better than having nothing at all.
Holds it together. Keeps it together.
Absolutely, right? And like, I'm like, it's Honda Civic C-pillar bar 97 EK. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck do you...
Figure that out.
But it's just, I don't know. Try it if you have it, and why not? Because kind of expand on maybe something that nobody's ever actually thought to try before. I would have never ordered it online thinking like, oh yeah, it should measure out. Like, but I had the two cars
Right.
beside each other. I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
it.
So where do you get your fucking love for cars? You just saw them and liked them?
I don't know what it is, man. Like people ask all the time, like, why aren't you a mechanic? I'm like, because I wouldn't want to come home and work on my own.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like the fact that, especially like with the older ones, like 90, early 90, you don't need a code reader. You need a paperclip, but that's for another day. You don't need all this kind of high-tech shit per se to still just have fun.
Yeah.
You can still have power windows, you know, power seats and AC and shit like that. Like the white one has AC, but it's just fun. If I'm driving down the road in my girlfriend's Civic, which is a great car, I'm not denying that. I don't get people that go like this,
Covers
like,
ass.
Yeah.
you know, oh yeah.
Great car.
But-
Shit.
Well, it's automatic as fuck, but I mean,
Yeah.
but I don't get people that go like, or like whatever. Not that my car's the greatest thing in the world. It's fucking whatever. But
So
it's just
modest,
that
man.
thing where like I get it often enough where people are like, man, I saw you crossing Hunt Club, or I saw you going here, going there, and I'm like, I want to say it so bad, but I don't want to obviously be an asshole. But I'm like, I didn't see you,
Yeah.
and it's not that like I'm not looking for them, or if they were waving, yeah, I probably would. But it's like you were driving 2019 Kia Elantra
Yeah.
stock. Like there's nothing
There
for
was-
me to pick you out.
There was 4 other
Everybody
ones at that
fucking picking me
intersection
out.
that day. Like, yeah.
Right? And that's no disrespect. I get it. Financing cars and shit like that, I totally understand it. But for me, myself, like, I don't mind having to work on them a little bit in order to say at the end of the day, if something happens, I fucking own it and there's no problems and whatever, right? Like, if that car got smashed in the fucking door tomorrow, I have a door sitting in my basement at home.
To the whole complete
It'll be
car.
black, but like, still, it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like this. But it's a more simplistic way. Like newer cars, you got to watch out for, oh, this sensor here. You're gonna trip this out. You're gonna do this. Like everything kind of has a bit of a follow up task, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like with mine, it's like, okay, you want to, like, I pulled the computer out of my car, my MX-6 at work, and I think it was like 6 minutes. The computer,
Yeah.
like.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Like it's 3 plugs, and I pulled the fucking, you know, moved the shifter into 4th gear, slid the plastic off, and there I was, like number 10 millimeter bolt, out it goes.
Well, you said that
Right,
earlier.
like,
Like, yeah, I pulled up
you
the
don't-
computer. I'm like, what the
Right? And like, don't get me wrong, like I've worked on it extensively, that I know, okay, what I had to fucking do, but the cars today, don't get me wrong, having heated seats and a laser beam that will scratch your ass from space, or whatever
Yeah.
they're working on now. Like, you know, like
Whatever they're working on now.
some of it though, it's kind of like my boss. He's got a newer 250 work truck, and he backs up like this, and I'm like, dude, you have a neck,
Yeah.
you know, like, and I
Yeah.
see a lot of people doing that, and like the backup camera. Don't get me wrong, like it's convenient, but I still kind of like that motion. You know, it's the little things like that that I'm like, is this really better technology, or are we getting lazy?
Oh, how much are they charging you for it too? Like,
Yeah.
When it breaks.
oh, that
Yeah,
too.
true
Yeah.
that.
But even just to check the box for it, even
Yeah.
just to add that onto the car, like, I wonder how much that is. You know.
It's always conveniently right
Few
after
grand.
warranty that shit fucks up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Waiting for that shit to happen.
So I like the old stuff for that kind of simplistic reliability.
Yeah.
Just go to junkyard and grab a part and fucking
And this-
like nothing. You
Yeah.
can do it yourself. I did with that
Yeah.
online.
Yep.
Too easy.
I'm going to get a motor there soon.
Plug a couple things.
In the same sense, it can kind of be like problematic because it's like you got something old that, for all you know, tomorrow the fucking ball joint goes and you're like, fuck.
Goddamn.
But it's
Gone.
30 fucking years old.
Yeah.
But-
Exactly.
Or like with the MX-6, where I just drove to the fucking Grilled Tomato to get a sandwich, went to go start it, and it just will not start. Right?
Yeah.
Just the other
Turns
day.
out, like, I know what's wrong with it, and it's fine. Nothing's like blown up, and it's not like this fucking $10,000 fucking problem. But Still, it's
Could have
like,
been.
damn.
Inconvenience, yeah.
Fuck. Like,
Could have
looked
been.
over everything else. So it's kind of stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Or
It could have been
like,
huge,
like even
though.
when we drove over here in the white one, I could hear you talking to some. You were like,
Yeah,
and that's just us bouncing over a couple like little like bumps,
Yeah.
man. And it's not like it's. Don't get me wrong. I know it's not comfortable. Fuck, does it look good when the wheels tuck in the fenders like that? It's like I don't take the white car to the track, or at least I never have yet. I'll dick around with it a little bit here and there, but I'm not racing people on the fucking highway and shit. But fuck, does it look good?
yeah.
Like it's
That's
stupid,
true, though.
man. But it's just this dumb like kind of culture thing about it that
Yeah.
like
Well, it's nostalgia too, like getting in the car like that, and there's a fucking also too. There's like a sub right behind this too, you know, and it's just like, you know, like the fucking you feel everything in the road, and it's like
oh yeah.
standard too. So it's like, and it's just like I don't know. It's just like I said, it's nostalgic.
And I agree with that, and I also think too, at the same sense, like when you look at the outside of the car, there's not a single sticker on it.
Yeah,
It doesn't say like, you know, JDM Life in the fucking window in the front or like something like that.
yeah.
It doesn't have this like crazy body kit, lip kit shit. Like it's essentially stock with a decent set of wheels and lowered and kind of sitting all right.
With the white on white.
And yeah, of course, body match, white on white paint, yeah, on the wheels. But like that to me, I like that. Like, there's no big fart can on the fucking back.
Yeah.
It's got an actual like Magnaflow oval, fucking half decent. Like it's not the best, but whatever, right? I like that more because it's like it's so easy to overdo it, man. Sometimes all your whip needs to represent yourself is just a nice pair of wheels and just call it a day. But people will Canadian Tire Special stick on hood vents or some shit. You know what I
They
mean?
work.
Or-
They
Top to
work.
bottom, man.
They work, man.
I heard they work to add weight.
Yeah.
That's like carbon fiber wrap. And I've said this to my buddy Jeff Kais. I used to work at Toyota with him. Great fucking dude. And we were talking about carbon fiber wrapping. Now, carbon fiber in general started out with like hoods. Because a hood's fucking heavy. A carbon fiber hood, your wife can fucking carry it out the fucking, like, it's light as fuck.
Yeah.
Stronger, blah, blah. So if you're going to put carbon fiber wrap on your hood, let's say, technically, you're adding weight, even though it's
Like,
basically paper.
fucking-
So that's the
you're adding
complete
weight, yeah.
opposite
Yeah, but it looks
design
good.
intention.
But it looks good.
It looks good, but it's
just
the
for-
complete
it's just
opposite.
for
Like,
look at
like
that point.
carbon fiber, the point was like, it's lighter.
Light.
It didn't matter that it didn't match the body.
Yeah.
It should, or paint over it, yeah. And a lot of people would.
Yeah.
You'd paint over it, and then you pop the hood, and you'd be like, oh my god, this is, like, that's, I like that. But the carbon fiber wrap is like, look at me,
Yeah.
and technically, you're doing the opposite, because you're adding weight, even though I know it's like paper. You're not.
Yeah,
but
like,
Porsche don't put emblems on their cars no more.
No?
It's a fucking, it's
Really?
A tackle, yeah, because it saves weight.
yeah.
wait.
Shit.
They used to have, Porsche has the ignition
Wait.
on the left-hand side, because
No.
it was shorter wire.
No way.
Oh, is that it?
Shorter wiring and shorter.
All I heard was
Damn.
because they used to jump into cars back in the day. when
Yes,
they race,
at
they
La,
just
Le Mans, or not,
They're
Oh.
gonna get into it and start it
Yeah.
that way because you have to reach over it.
Oh,
So it's
shit.
all
True.
in motion, so you use the same
Shit,
hand.
man.
like, that's the stuff
Yeah, I
that speaks
guess.
to
But
me
geez.
as
That's
far as,
wild.
like,
Yeah, I never knew that.
You know what the four
Performance.
rings mean on the Audi?
I'm not gonna say it. I fucking hate Audi.
Yeah.
Junk, man.
What? But anyways, they stand for the four companies that they came together and like made Audi.
Or should be Volkswagen.
No, it's like they're like old. I don't remember what they are, but they're like old companies. I know I just told you I was gonna give you the information, but
I mean,
it,
it's old,
it has something to do with these and the companies you wouldn't even know. Like it's not like a fucking.
Like, I don't hate necessarily all foreign. Like, obviously, I'm more Japan because it's just
You know what BMW
my cousin Robbie
stands
had
for?
an MX-6 first, and I fucking loved the car. It was on nice Motegi wheels. And then when I was old enough to get my own, I just happened to find an MX-6, basically, excuse me, the exact
Really?
same car, and I was like, this is amazing. But, I mean, I like Automobili Lamborghini. Great car. Nowadays, though, it's a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, but so
shit
is
just ain't the fucking...
Bentley and fucking Rolls Royce too. Well, yo, look,
But if you're going old,
brother. Those are the fucking companies that
I recognize one logo.
So one of them's Audi, DKW, Horch, and Automobile. It's Automobile.
Automobile.
W. Automobile. Horch, isn't that racing stuff? These guys?
Let me see.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Horch.
Horch, they have a fucking thing.
Oh,
They have an F1 or something or
I think
whatever.
I've seen them
I
on
have
a
no
car
idea.
somewhere before.
Yeah, but anyways,
Yeah.
those four companies came together and
GT,
fucking made
probably.
Audi. And they made, actually it's called the Auto Union AG, which is today's Audi AG.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what BMW stands for?
Bavarian Motorworks.
That's right, man.
Too
Fucking
bad
right.
the owners don't know what it stands for.
Did you see? Did you see the? Did you see the thing that I saw? A thing. It's like, take a picture of your BMW or something like that and post it, and it's like a picture of like like your coolest BMW picture or something, and it shows
Oh
like
God.
a picture of a thing. It's like a crest of some sort or whatever, but it's like the BMW logo, but it has a fucking swastika in it. But it was like a solid like steel piece of like thing that was.
This is
like,
an actual manufactured fucking.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy, man. But
Yeah.
whatever here, should probably wrap her up. You want to do some lightning round questions or what?
Oh, we could.
I had a couple questions to ask you before we head out of here.
Whatever we can remember, anyways. Let's get it. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Powerade or Gatorade?
What's that?
Powerade or Gatorade? Sorry.
Gatorade.
Gin or vodka?
Neither, but
Fuck,
fuck, I hate pine needles, so I
whiskey or
guess
beer?
vodka. What's that?
Whiskey or beer?
Beer.
Beer. Would you rather take a plane or take a train?
Plane.
Plane.
Though trains are cool. A
Would
lot
you
of weight, a lot of freight.
Yeah.
But,
Weight,
uh,
Yeah,
lot of
yeah, a lot of
freight.
freight.
But the plane, I mean, you're there. You know, way quicker.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like if you would have said plane or flying train.
Flying train, yeah.
Which should probably be out next year, I imagine.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah.
Um,
Isn't that what Audi was working on, or anyway?
probably something that
Horch and HKW, man.
sounds like a German thing for sure. Would you rather be stuck deep sea or outer space?
I guess deep sea. I mean, at least I'm on Earth.
Yeah.
Earth is
Hear that?
Oh, that's a
I hear
good.
that.
I like Earth. It's not like
I mean, that's
Sorry.
a good perspective, though.
yeah.
Boobs or booty?
Well, good one.
Ass man.
Yes, man, my man.
Cosmo Kramer.
Shit, where am
That's
I going
right.
here? Would you rather be born with an elephant trunk or a giraffe neck?
What the fuck?
There you go, brother. You get it.
Shit. The neck.
Yeah,
I could double turtleneck it for sure.
Yeah?
I'd say, yeah.
it'd be hell like.
Double turtleneck.
Yeah. Turtleneck
Yeah.
length 2+.
Would you rather forget who you are or forget who everybody else was?
Fuck, man, these are deep.
I'm trying.
I just see the clock
Try.
going down the counter. 30 seconds left. I guess myself, because I could probably learn from them.
Yeah.
They'd be like, no, you were an asshole. And I'd be like, oh, okay,
I
yeah.
used to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Used to be.
Yeah. All right. Shit.
But that's like asking the
Oh.
genie for more wishes. That's kind of like
True.
that's a bit of that's a cheat code.
Asking the genie for more wishes.
I mean, come on, that's the fucking move.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
man.
Grant you 3 wishes. Okay, well, grant me 6,500.
Yeah.
And keep 2 for yourself.
Yeah.
I'll take
Right.
a
When I'm
couple,
done.
man.
Yeah, when I'm done, yeah. Would you rather lose your phone or your wallet?
Phone, wallet,
Phone.
keys.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Can't call a credit card company
Exactly.
to cancel your
I
fucking
guess
card.
wallet.
Yeah.
I guess wallet, yeah. Is my Esso fuel savings card in there?
I assume you put it in there, so yeah.
Man, somebody's going to steal my points, man.
Fucking right. Gotta get on that, man. Would you rather have?
No, I'm still in the ESO thing. Give me a sec here.
Yeah. Shit. Would you
I
rather
got a lot of
have $2 million or 2 million followers?
Oh, dollars for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
What's a Twitter?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just twitting by, man. I don't know.
Just twitting by.
If you were to lose one of your 5 senses, what would it be? Fuck, I know I'm forgetting a couple, but
Taste.
I lost the list, right?
I think that's what everybody says.
Yeah, because I'd probably eat more
No,
vegetables.
everyone says
Something good.
smell.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess. I'll stick to it. Taste. Fuck it.
There you go. Fuck, man.
No take back.
Remind that next time you're eating out with them at a restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
No, I'd be worried about smell.
Yeah.
Shit your pants.
Oh, shit, man.
Again.
You remember one?
No.
These were off the top of your head?
Well, yeah, I had a list, and then my whole list got deleted at one point, and now I
Not
do
up
it off
here.
the top of my head. Anyways, shit. Feel like there's one right on the tip of my tongue, but
There's the last one I think we should leave you with, like for in my opinion, would be
The book.
so exactly.
Let's
Yeah.
do the
you're
book.
I was
The
gonna
book and
do
the baby.
book. I
The
was
book and the
I was
baby.
gonna do the book for sure.
Alright.
I remembered the book. I was about to do it, but that's usually what I end with. So I was trying to all right. So anyways, you find a book, you start to read it, find out it's about your life up until this point where you found the book. Do you continue to read it knowing it holds your future, or do you throw that shit away?
I'd probably continue reading.
Yeah.
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 I'm kind of surprised with that answer.
Continue reading.
After
I probably would, yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah, I
Right.
think so. And I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're kind of giving it all away, but like a Goosebumps book, you know, skip to page 3 and you're like, no, I'm going ahead. I want to see and then you're like, oh, you died. Okay, that was practice,
Yeah.
right? Like, but I think knowing would kind of be beneficial in the sense that, like, let's say it says you're gonna die in 2 years or whatever, you could make more use of your time. Building relationships with loved ones, blah, blah, whatever.
I thought you were going to say stop your death, but that's a...
Actually, that's true, yeah.
So
Just
that's a
don't
pretty
jump
deep
in
one,
front of
no?
the bus.
But then don't
you
jump
think
in
would
front of
be
the bus.
Pretty
Yeah.
easy, but I was trying to switch flip the stairs, which, whatever. We'll
Oh,
get into later.
shit. But no.
But yeah,
no,
I
but
think-
that's-
Not knowing, of course, is kind of like what we're all living. But
Right.
to know, I'm not saying to know everything.
Another option, I guess, like to
Wow,
actually
bro.
get to, I guess. Not everyone does get to know.
And then maybe you can create some kind of like anti-bus walking into repellent that you can stop yourself from. Be like, no, I'll just spray this
Well,
Axe
change
type formula.
one thing, change everything, though, right? Like,
Right?
Yeah, it
Probably
could be like the butterfly effect. You change it all, though. If you
Right.
change one thing, then all of a sudden...
it'll
oh
probably
my
just
God,
follow
imagine
you
life
anyway.
is just like the
It's
worst
Final
after that.
Destination.
If
shit,
you
right?
changed it though, would it continue to
Some-
change based on your change? Oh, I don't know.
Not
We're
walking
getting too far in now.
into, not walking in front of a bus repellent.
I mean, it's like
You're
that
walking
movie.
into a bus repellent. I'm still stuck on that.
Don't fucking steal my idea, man.
Ah, shit, man. That's a
Dragon's
that was
Den
a
material
good-
right there,
That's a
but
good
yeah.
outlook, though. Okay, so slapping the baby
Hit him
or
with the
not
baby
slapping
one.
the baby, man. So you walk in the room, and there's a baby, and you have one of two choices. You either hit the baby, slap the baby, and
Hit the baby,
nobody
slap the baby.
nobody knows.
I don't like
Nobody,
this already, but keep going.
nobody knows. Or you
Now I feel
don't,
trapped,
or
you
you don't slap the baby, and everyone thinks that you slapped the baby. I promise I have a tan, and I look like a ghost in here.
Okay, wait,
but-
what kind of boy cried wolf shit are you talking about? Say that to me one more time.
Okay, so you either hit the baby,
Okay.
and no one knows that you hit the baby.
Is this an open palm hit?
You're slapping the baby. Yes, sorry. Yes.
So you know it's open
I
palm,
forgot.
yeah.
Yeah, you're slapping.
Slap.
Like you're cuffing.
Or you do not slap the baby, and everyone in the world thinks you did slap the baby.
What if I slap the baby switch? That'd be,
I mean, that would be impressive, but but I don't think it matters.
I'm not
here.
gonna say fakey in this matter because I know
Yeah.
that's bad news. That's it.
Spoken
I
like a
don't.
true fucking.
Fakey open palm baby
I'm not gonna
slap.
hit. Yeah. Rebird out for sure. But anyway, I'm not gonna hit a child.
Okay.
But then everybody's gonna think you hit a child.
Yeah, so it's tough. Where does it look?
I actually can't even
So it's
answer that.
like
Like, what
you
the fuck?
pretty much hit
You
the
lose
child
no matter
anyway.
what. Like, that just sucks.
It's just
Like, it's like second place on Fear Factor. That's fucking bullshit.
I did all
You
that.
got all that fucking way.
Yeah,
They
that-
didn't even give you $2
Yeah,
grand.
that's right, man.
Fuck
you don't
off.
win
Free flight
second,
my ass.
you lose gold, right?
Who fucking
you don't
cares,
fucking...
man? Balding
Oh,
Joe.
that's
Come
great.
on, man. Joseph Rogan fucking just yelling at you the whole time.
oh shit.
And you got
man.
second place.
So you're not hitting the baby. You're not answering.
Walk
the
I guess
question?
not. I
Walking
mean, but
away.
it's still gonna suck that everybody's like, man, you're a baby hitter.
Okay.
Like,
For sure. We're gonna call you baby.
Well,
hitter
we
when
won't put you
step
through
out.
that, man.
there'll be tons of nicknames,
What's
man.
your favorite color?
Said it
Pick
was
one,
a skate park.
and I'll see if I have it. Do you like winter mint?
I can't get off the fact that you're calling me a baby hitter, man. No,
He didn't hit the baby.
pick a dark red.
A dark red. Actually, you know what? I think we have a dark
Deep
red.
red, if you can.
This might be pink, but
Yeah, that's what I meant.
we'll see.
That looks like a dark red.
Looks like
purple
dark
kinda
red,
thing.
but it could be
Yeah, that might be what it is.
pink.
Oh, that looks a little brighter than it.
It's either dark
Let's
red or
go.
orange, man.
Let's go.
But yeah, if you like winter mint, we have that too.
Yeah.
I don't like
Oh,
winter
wait.
anything.
This one might be red. But anyways, Matt,
Appreciate it, guys.
Mr. Levign.
Yeah,
fun.
man. Thanks for coming out, dude.
Pretty cool.
Oh, here's your payment, by the way.
Yeah, Chris.
Here you go. Count
Yeah.
those and take
It's
them home.
hilarious.
It's real gold.
Yeah, it's real gold. Yeah. Is this red? No, that's orange still, eh?
Feels real. So.
Looks red to me.
Okay.
It's like a formula red.
Is it red?
Yeah, that's like a hot.
Here.
formula
Is it red? Can you see red?
Oh yeah,
Alright, I think yours is the same.
should be.
I think so.
Yeah,
Just fold it
That's
back.
pretty red to me.
Any motherfucking way. Man,
Yeah.
appreciate you coming through.
Thanks, guys. This is fun.
We'll have to post some stuff with some videos of you with your wiener out and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, skateboarding
yeah,
on the
good wholesome
skateboard
stuff.
or whatever. But yeah, no, thanks for coming through. Thanks
Yeah,
for fucking making us laugh, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
Good time.
Maybe I'll come back again for
Oh,
I
definitely.
guess what
Always welcome.
460 would be double this episode.
460?
Oh, 460, yeah. Okay.
We'll see you in a
Let's
couple
do
years.
it.
See you in 2026, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
2026.
We'll see where you're at.
Holy
We'll see
shit,
where all
man.
at.
A late 2026 too.
Yeah.
I'm busy that year.
Yeah, hard day. A hard day, yeah.
Alright.
Shit, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much, man. Safe drive home, all that stuff. Don't spend that all in one place. And stick that wherever you'd like, man. I'm not gonna tell you where to stick it. Shit. Any motherfucking way. I'm Stylez the Prophet.
I am B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos, and this is the last time you guys will see B Show as a fucking single man. Well, I
Very
guess he's
true.
not single, but he's not married.
Not true,
He's
but
not married. Did you say it's
as-
not true?
Well, not as in not
He's
a
not
single
he's not
single.
single right now.
You know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
know.
mean, though, right? Everybody knows what I mean, right? Before we go, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
All right. Just checking.
Agreed.
All right. You guys know what I mean?
Agreed.
All right. See you next time, motherfuckers.
Eh.
Gang, episode 230. We out of here.